Chapter 1108. Not bad, not bad. Miss Yun, this is really a good thing. The county deputy's wife said. She put down the teacup reluctantly as if she hadn't had enough. Zhao Yun'er said with a smile, Madam, I'm glad you like it. If you don't like it, it's useless no matter how good it is. The county deputy's wife laughed and was in a good mood. Then she chatted with Zhao Yun, why don't we have this meat for lunch? Zhao Yun'er nodded, okay. But the cooks in my mansion probably don't know how to make it. Miss Yun, you have to tell them first. Tell them how to make it. Zhao Yun'er said with a smile, that's easy. With that, Zhao Yun'er explained how to make the tiger meat. The marinated tiger meat was also meat. It was similar to ordinary meat, but the taste was a little special. Braising, steaming, and stir-frying could be done. It could be paired with any dish. As long as the cook's basic skills were good, the taste of the stir-fried tiger meat would not be too bad. After Zhao Yun'er finished entertaining the guests, the county deputy's wife was curious about the tea. Yun, where did you get this tea? Why haven't I seen it before? I haven't seen anyone drinking it. It's really a good thing. No one has discovered it. The county deputy's wife was full of curiosity as she spoke. Zhao Yun'er explained patiently. The tea was picked from the mountains. It was not a rare thing. It was just that no one knew the effect of the tea and how to make it. Because of this, no one drank it. Naturally, it was not sold in the market. No matter how rich you were, you couldn't buy it. After listening to Zhao Yun'er's explanation, the county deputy's wife nodded. So that's the case. It's a pity that it's such a good thing. Zhao Yun'er smiled, it's not a big deal. If Madam likes it, I'll send some more to Madam later. That won't do. Miss Yun'er, it's not easy for you to take care of this thing. I can't always ask you for it. Zhao Yun'er smiled and said, it's fine, Madam. It wasn't too troublesome. There's no need to be courteous with me. If you're courteous with me, I'll have to be courteous with you later. Haha, the county deputy's wife was amused by Zhao Yun'er. She had to say, okay. Then Miss Yun'er, I won't be polite with you. The deputy county magistrate's wife suddenly thought of something and asked Zhao Yun'er, Miss Yun'er, since the tea leaves are so good and no one else knows how to make them, why don't you make more of them and sell them? I'm sure you can make a lot of money. The deputy county magistrate's wife thought that Zhao Yun'er was too tired to sell breakfast every day. If she changed it to selling tea, it would be much easier. According to the deputy county magistrate's wife, rich people like her would definitely be willing to spend money to buy such a good thing. It didn't matter if it was expensive. It was refreshing to drink. If it could clear the intestines like Zhao Yun'er said, it would be better. It could help with digestion. It was estimated that many rich people would want it. They didn't have to worry about the sales. Zhao Yun'er was slightly stunned. Can this be sold? Zhao Yun'er was confused. In her opinion, although the tea leaves were good, people in this era didn't know the effect of the tea leaves. If the market was not opened, how could they sell it? Chapter 1109. If they went into the mountains to pick the tea leaves, they had to hire people and pay them every day. They might not be able to pick much tea leaves. Only by raising the price could they make some money. However, it would be difficult to sell the tea leaves after the price was raised. The county deputy's wife said with a smile, of course someone will buy it. I believe that I can definitely sell it at a good price. Seeing that the county deputy's wife was so confident, Zhao Yun'er asked her why she said so. These ordinary scholars are all rich. When they study, it's easy for them to fall asleep at night. You see, your tea has the effect of refreshing one's mind. If you buy it and make a cup of it, you won't feel sleepy when you study at night. In addition, rich people usually eat greasy food, so it's easy for them to get indigestion. If tearing up your tea leaves can help them to get indigestion, they will be willing to buy it. Rich people think it's a good thing. Are you afraid that you can't sell it at a good price? After hearing the county deputy's wife's analysis, Zhao Yun'er agreed. What the county deputy's wife said was right. However, how could those rich people know about this good thing? At least they had to be willing to buy it. The first step was to sell it and let people know about it. She only knew the county deputy's wife. She didn't know about the other rich people, so she couldn't sell it to them one by one. It was not easy to advertise. It seemed that the county deputy's wife saw Zhao Yun'er's worry, so she said with a smile, Miss Yun'er, my master will definitely like the tea leaves when he drinks them. I'll ask him to introduce you to some rich people in Yang City. Then your tea leaves will naturally be bought. Zhao Yun'er didn't expect the county deputy's wife to be so enthusiastic. She was a little embarrassed to ask her for so much trouble. Will it be too much trouble for the county deputy? Zhao Yun asked with embarrassment. The county deputy's wife waved her hand and said, "It's okay, Miss Yun. It won't be too much trouble for him. It's just a piece of cake. Besides, he had a lot of friends and they like to recommend things to each other. I'm guessing that after he drinks your tea, I won't even need to say anything. He'll promote it to others and let his friends taste your fresh tea." Zhao Yun smiled after hearing what the county deputy's wife said. If that was the case, there was no harm in asking the county magistrate to introduce her to him. If the tea leaves were sold successfully, they would indeed earn more money than if they had sold earlier. If her business could expand and earn more money, then she wouldn't need to set up her stall earlier. This way he could spend more time at home to accompany Daodu and Mu Lianfeng and take care of the family. "Madam, Yuner thanks you in advance. It doesn't matter if it works or not." "Ah, good." The deputy county magistrate's wife nodded. She really hoped that Zhao Yuner's family could live a better life. Zhao Yun was a good girl. She gave her a feeling that she was different from other girls. Just as the two of them were laughing, they saw two other figures walking towards them. One of them was the county deputy, and the other was a man in yellow. Chapter 11:10. Why did he come to the county magistrate's mansion? And he seemed to be chatting with the county magistrate? Zhao Yun observed for a while and found that the county magistrate was very respectful to this man. She guessed that this man's identity was not ordinary. Although she was curious, Zhao Yun couldn't ask. When the man in yellow saw Zhao Yun he was slightly taken aback at first, then the corner of his mouth curled up into a meaningful smile. When the county magistrate came over, the county magistrate's wife stood up and said to him with a smile, "My lord, you're back?" The county magistrate nodded. Seeing the man in yellow beside the county magistrate's wife asked curiously. "This is..." The county magistrate was about to say something, but he was stopped by the man in yellow. The man in yellow gave the county magistrate a look, and the county magistrate understood. He said to the county magistrate's wife, "Madam, this is Xuanhuan. He will stay in our mansion for a few days." The county magistrate's wife looked at the man in yellow and thought that he must have something to do with her husband. Otherwise, he wouldn't bring someone back to stay for a few days for no reason. So she nodded and said politely to the man in yellow, "Child Huang, please sit down. Let's have lunch together later." Child Huang didn't refuse and sat down. Before he sat down, he looked into Zhao Yun's eyes and nodded to Zhao Yun with a smile as a greeting. Zhao Yun also forced a smile and nodded. But she was curious about the identity of this man. Seeing the tea on the table, the county magistrate asked curiously, "What's in this cup? Why do I feel that the smell is a little special?" Since the county magistrate was curious, the county magistrate's wife explained with a smile, "My lord, I was just about to tell you. This is something that Miss Yun specially sent to us. It's called tea. It's very special. Ordinary people haven't tasted it before. It tastes a little sweet and refreshes the mind. By the way, if you drink it often, it's good for your intestines and can clear your digestion." After hearing the county magistrate's wife's explanation, the county magistrate's curiosity became stronger. So he said to the county magistrate's wife, "There's such a good thing. Let me try it." The county magistrate's wife nodded with a smile, "Okay, my lord. I'll pour you a cup." The county magistrate waved his hand and said, "No need. I can do it myself." As he picked up the cup and was about to taste it, he saw Child Huang was looking at him. He seemed to be very interested in the tea in his hand. The county magistrate's wife's wife. The county magistrate's wife, "Child Huang, would you like to try it first?" The corners of young Master Huang's mouth curled up slightly. He did not refuse and nodded in agreement. Then he picked up the tea on the table and drank a cup. After that, he closed his eyes and tasted the tea carefully. His eyes suddenly opened and he seemed a little excited. He began to praise, "Delicious, delicious. This is indeed a good thing." The county magistrate hurriedly tasted it. It tasted sweet and had a very special taste. It was much better than the ordinary ones. "Tut, tut, tut, it's really good. There's actually such a magical leaf?" The county magistrate's wife was happy and surprised. Chapter 11:11. Indeed. Thank you so much, Miss Yuner. I like the gift you gave me very much. The deputy said to Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner smiled, "Deputy, you're welcome." Child Huang looked at Zhao Yuner and sized her up. It seemed that he was curious about her and wanted to explore her carefully. Zhao Yuner felt a little uncomfortable when Child Huang looked at her like that. Why was he looking at her like that? Did he have a special feeling for her? It was better not to. She was not interested in him. They sat there and chatted for a while. Zhao Yuner didn't know if it was her own illusion, but she felt that the deputy was nervous and restrained. He was very careful when he talked to xuanhuan, as if he was afraid that he would say something wrong and offend xuanhuan. Zhao Yuner remembered that the deputy was not like this when he talked to Mu Lianfeng. Why was he so nervous when he talked to xuanhuan? Was it because xuanhuan was more precious than Mu Lianfeng? It shouldn't be. Mu Lianfeng was the crown prince. His status was already very noble. Unless xuanhuan was a noble or a member of the royal family. If so, it was no wonder that the deputy was so nervous. Lunch was soon ready. Because of xuanhuan's arrival and Zhao Yuner's visit, the deputy asked the servants to prepare a sumptuous meal. The table was full of delicious dishes. There were fish, meat and the marinated tiger meat that Zhao Yuner specially brought over. xuanhuan and the deputy were also curious about Zhao Yuner's tiger meat. They had eaten all kinds of good food these days. They also ate a lot of wild game on a daily basis. But it was the first time that they tasted tiger meat. It was because other animals were easier to hunt. As for the tiger, it was good enough if they met the one that escaped, let alone hunt it down and eat it. The county magistrate began to gossip about the source of the tiger meat again. Zhao Yuner didn't hide it and told the county magistrate, "My husband and I met a tiger when we went up the mountain. This tiger was hunted by my husband." Young Master Huang's eyes were filled with surprise as he said to Zhao Yuner, "To be able to deal with a tiger with his bare hands, your husband must be extraordinary. He must be a dragon or phoenix among men, right?" Zhao Yuner smiled embarrassedly. "She's just an ordinary person. She's not as powerful as Mei Zi made her out to be." However, young Master Huang did not believe her. "Miss, I have never heard of or seen anyone who could kill a tiger alone. Miss, you don't have to be modest. Your husband must be extraordinary. Such a powerful figure will definitely do great things." Zhao Yuner pursed her lips. The more she listened, the stranger she felt. This young Master Huang seemed to be very curious about her husband. The county magistrate also agreed, "Yes, Miss Yuner, if he can kill a tiger, he must be extraordinary. Miss Yuner, why don't you let your husband work in our government office? He can get a decent job and do great things. I like talents the most. If he does well, I will definitely promote him." The reason why the county magistrate said so was because he admired Mu Lianfeng. On the other hand, he wanted to help Zhao Yuner. He thought that Zhao Yuner's husband might just be a country bumpkin. If so, it would be better for him to work in the government office than to farm in the countryside. Chapter 11-12. Zhao Yuner pursed her lips and refused with a smile. "Thank you for your kindness, but my husband likes to stay in the countryside. He is not used to the life outside." When the county official heard this, he seemed a little disappointed. The corners of his mouth twitched as he nodded and said, "Since that's the case, this official will naturally not force Miss Yuner. If Miss Yuner's husband is willing to come, let me know when the time comes and I will arrange it." Zhao Yuner nodded and thanked the county deputy at the same time. After all, he meant well. After the meal, Zhao Yuner left the county official's mansion and returned to Xuanhuan village. As soon as he returned, something big happened. There were many onlookers standing in front of old Zhao's house. Zhao Yuner saw what was going on when she squeezed in. It turned out that young Master Meng really came. He was sitting in old Zhao's yard, drinking water leisurely and waiting. The faces of the Zhao family's people were all dark and gloomy. They were frowning and their expressions were very ugly. Their faces were full of worry. Looking at these people's reaction, it was obvious that something big had happened. Seeing Zhao Yuner, Liang Jinxiao immediately greeted her. He pulled Zhao Yuner and whispered in Zhao Yuner's ear, "Yuner, young Master Meng really came. He asked for 30 taels of silver from your grandmother. Since you couldn't give him the milk, young Master Meng refused to leave. He said that he would leave when you give him the milk. He said that he would give you 4 hours to give him the milk. If you still couldn't give him the milk, he would arrest your grandmother and send her to the yamen." Zhao Yuner didn't show much emotion on her face. She was mentally prepared whether young Master Meng would come or not. Anyway, it was none of her business. He didn't need to worry about it. So after Liang Jinxiao and Zhao Yuner talked, Zhao Yuner replied indifferently, "So be it. What does this have to do with me?" Zhao Yuner's voice was neither loud nor soft, but old Zhao's family members all heard it. Li Chuiying jumped out and instigated, "Yuner, why are you so cruel? No matter what, she's still your biological grandmother. If he were to be arrested and sent to the yamen, he would probably lose his life by the time he comes out." Because of Zhao Yuner's interference, Zhao Yuner's good marriage was ruined. Li Chuiying had been holding a grudge against her. She took every opportunity to scold and plot against Zhao Yuner. This time was no exception. She jumped out and said angrily. Zhao Yuner only felt that it was ridiculous. Second aunt, what are you saying? Those who don't know would think that I did something wrong. It's none of my business whether they're arrested or not. It was my grandmother who took young Master Meng's things, not me. It's not like I'm the one asking her for it. Also, it's someone else, not me, who wants to arrest my grandmother and send her to the yamen. How did it become me being cruel? Zhao Yuner curled her lips and smiled at Li Chuang. If second aunt isn't cruel and is so filial to my grandmother, why don't old aunt take my grandmother's place and enter the yamen? When the time comes, you can take my grandmother's place and suffer in her place. That's what a filial daughter-in-law should be. Li Chuang's expression changed when she heard Zhao Yuner's words. She hurriedly said, what are you talking about? How can you take her place like this? The person they want to arrest is your grandmother. I can't take her place just because I want to. Zhao Yuner snorted softly. A coward was a coward and a hypocrite was a hypocrite. What was the point of saying so much? It wasn't as if others couldn't tell. Chapter 11:13. Who says second brother's daughter-in-law can't be replaced? Previously, when a man from the neighboring village hurt someone, his daughter-in-law took his place and went to prison to suffer. Xuanhuan grumbled. In fact, she had taken Zhao Yuner's words to heart. She was originally worried about what to do. At her age, she didn't want to go to jail. If that happened, she might even lose her life. If Li Chuang took her place and went to prison, then Li Chuang would be the one to suffer. It would have nothing to do with her. It would be fine as long as she did not go to prison. Li Chuang was still young and could suffer more than her. It would not be a big deal to let Li Chuang stay in prison for a while. Feng Xianxia could not help but laugh when she heard this. She felt a little smug. She felt relieved to see Li Chuang being bullied. She even added, that's right, second sister-in-law. At our mother's age she can't bear the suffering. As her daughter-in-law we should share the burden. You are the most filial daughter-in-law in our family. If it weren't for the fact that I have to take care of Yang and Yang is still young and can't leave me, I would be willing to go to prison in place of our mother. Feng Xianxia said with a smug smile and a scheming look on her face. Li Chuang was furious when she heard this. Her eldest sister-in-law was not a good person. She only knew how to scheme against her. She said angrily to Feng Xianxia, eldest sister-in-law, it's easy for you to say that. Why can't you do it? Don't I have to take care of Tianyu too? Besides, there is still third brother's wife and fourth brother's wife. Feng Xianxia retorted, second sister-in-law, we are different. Yang is younger than Tianyu. Besides, Tianlong has to pass the imperial examinations and come back. As his mother, I can't be absent when he comes back, right? Third sister-in-law has separated from the family. With Yun around you can give it a try. As for fourth sister-in-law, she is now cooking in the mountains. If she goes to prison in place of our mother, we will lose a lot of money in a year. It will be a huge loss for our family. So, only you, second sister-in-law, are the most suitable. It's best if you go. With this analysis, Feng Xianxia pushed all the blame away from herself and the other daughters-in-law in old Zhao's family. Zhao Yuner listened from the side and couldn't help but sigh. Her eldest aunt was much more shrewd than her second aunt. Li Chuang was mad, but he couldn't argue with Feng Xianxia, who asked Feng Xianxia to speak so clearly and logically that it sounded very reasonable. However, she didn't want to be so unlucky as to push things that others didn't want to do onto her. After entering prison, how could she be so lucky? Not to mention xuanhuan, she might not be able to come back alive. Originally, it had nothing to do with her. What right did she have to suffer like this? At the same time, she might even lose her life. Chunfeng listened to Feng Xianxia. She even agreed, that's right. Filial daughters-in-law will take her mother-in-law's place. If second brother's daughter-in-law is filial, then take my place to suffer. You are the most suitable person in the family. Li Chuang said to Chunfeng with a bitter face, Mother, it's not that I don't want to take your place. We have a better way. Xuanhuan asked in confusion, what way? Second brother's daughter-in-law, tell me. What other way do we have now? Chapter 11:14. Last Zhao Yuner wants to borrow it? Xuanhuan raised her eyebrows and asked. Li Chuang hurriedly nodded and said, yes, mother. I want to borrow from Yun. Last Yun has so much silver in her hands. Can't she lend some? Xuanhuan was silent for a moment, then looked at Zhao Yuner. If she could lend it to young Master Meng, then that would be the best way. However, would Zhao Yuner lend it to her? After all, Zhao Yuner was very stingy. Under normal circumstances, she wouldn't be willing to take out the silver. Zhao Yuner saw that Li Chuang and Xuanhuan's gazes had landed on her. She tugged at the corners of her mouth and felt that it was a little ridiculous. They actually had ideas about her. She was afraid that if she lent 30 taels of silver to old Zhao's family, she wouldn't be able to get it back after lending it out. Zhao Yuner sneered and said, "Second aunt, it's easy for you to say. I'm not as rich as you say. It's already not easy to set up a stall every day to support our family and build a house. 30 taels of silver? Even if I were to steal or rob, I wouldn't be able to take out so much silver." After Zhao Yuner finished speaking, the villagers who were watching from the side started to discuss it. 30 taels of silver isn't a small amount. How can she take it out just like that? That's right. Even if she could lend it out, who knows when she would be able to return it to that lass. She really knows how to ask for an exorbitant price. She doesn't even think about how difficult it is for others. Lass Yuner is now living by herself with the entire third branch. She also built such a big house. I think she has spent most of her money. She definitely doesn't have 30 taels of silver in savings. Who would borrow 30 taels of silver from someone all of a sudden? It's said that even blood-related brothers should settle accounts clearly. Why should she lend them such a large sum of money? Listening to the discussions around them, old Zhao's family felt a little embarrassed. Most of them were on Zhao Yuner's side. Therefore, if Zhao Yuner did not lend it to them, the people in the village would not say anything. Xuanhuan herself felt that it was impossible. No matter how rich she was, she would not lend so much money to others. Li Chuang panicked when he heard that. Others might think nothing of it, but she was not. She didn't want to go to jail instead of Xuanfang. "Yuner, little girl, if you don't have money, does that mean that I don't have enough money? You can ask Xianxia to lend it to our old Zhao family." Li Chuang eagerly said to Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner felt that it was ridiculous. Once this person became thick-skinned, it was really too scary. She really had the nerve to say anything. Zhao Yuner chuckled and said to Li Chuang, "Second aunt, Xianxia is Xianxia and I am me. You won't give me the money. If you want to borrow it, you can ask Xianxia yourself. If he's willing to lend it to you, I won't say anything." Li Chuang pursed her lips when she heard that. She was in despair. She would borrow from Xianxia? It would be strange if he lent it to her. She had the nerve to ask Zhao Yuner, but if she asked Xianxia, she probably wouldn't even dare to fart, let alone borrow money. Li Chuang became even more anxious when she thought of this. What should she do? She really didn't want to go to jail instead of xuanhuan. His brows were tightly knitted together, thinking about what he should do. Chapter 11:15. Li Chuang's words were very obvious. She meant that young Master Meng was looking for someone to get even with. He should be looking for xuanhuan, not her. She didn't want to be the scapegoat. As long as young Master Meng targeted xuanhuan, nothing would happen to her. Although she would offend xuanhuan and be scolded by xuanhuan, Li Chuang knew very well that compared to being beaten and scolded by xuanhuan, her life was more important. If xuanhuan was tortured to death in prison, even if she was released in the future, there would be no way to get even with her. Young Master Meng looked at Li Chuang with a smile on his face. He had been watching this scene and felt that it was very interesting. Seeing Li Chuang's pale face, young Master Meng felt that it was even more interesting. Without waiting for young Master Meng to speak, xuanhuan pointed at Li Chuang and scolded her. "Good second brother's wife, you just don't want to go in my place, right? You unfilial thing, do you still need to nag in front of young Master Meng? I'll beat you to death, you slut." As she spoke, xuanhuan took off her shoes and hit Li Chuang with them. As she hit her, she scolded angrily, "Our old Zhao family raised an ingrate, marrying a daughter-in-law like you. Later, I'll ask my old man to divorce you." Li Chuang was hit by xuanhuan until she cried out in pain. "Mother, what are you doing? Don't hit me. It's not like what I said is unreasonable. This has nothing to do with me in the first place. It was little sister who insisted on not making clothes with it. If little sister didn't insist on keeping the satin, our family would have to pay 30 taels of silver, right? If it were up to me, little sister should be the scapegoat. Why did it have to be me? Also, I call him old Zhao, but he's been working like a cow and a horse for more than 10 years. If I really can't take your place and get divorced, then I'd rather be divorced. That way at least I can keep my life. If I go to jail, I might even lose my life. Mother, I'm not that stupid. Whoever wants to do it can do it, but I'm not doing it." Li Chuang said angrily. If it was any other day, she wouldn't have dared to say these words. This time she was forced into a corner. When xuanhuan heard this, she was so angry that smoke was about to come out of her nostrils. "What a good second daughter-in-law. You've really turned the world upside down. Now, you even dragged your little sister into this." After whipping the soles, Hua Chuanfang's claws scratched and twisted Li Chuanying's body. She wanted to kill Li Chuanying. "Ah, Mom, stop hitting me!" Li Chuanying screamed. However, Hua Chunhua didn't seem to have any intention of stopping. Instead, she hit even harder. Li Chuanying couldn't stand it anymore. "Ah, she's going to kill me. She's going to kill me. My mother is crazy. She's going to kill me. Someone come and help me or I'll die." After Li Chuanying shouted, she looked in the direction of Zhao Wenshui. "Tianyu's father, don't just stand there. Come and help me or I'll really be beaten to death by your mother. You won't have a wife then." After all, Li Chuanying was Zhao Wenshui's wife. When Zhao Jing saw Li Chuanying being beaten, she hurriedly pushed Zhao Wenshui and said, "Dad, go and help Mom, or she'll really be beaten to death by Grandma." Zhao Wenshui looked at Li Chuanying and then at Hua Chunfang. After sighing, he walked towards the two women and separated them. Chapter 11:16. Zhao Wenshui stood in front of Hua Chunhua and said. Hua Chunhua glared at Zhao Wenshui and asked Zhao Wenshui angrily, "Wenshui, are you protecting this unfilial woman?" Zhao Wenshui sighed and said to Hua Chunfang, "Mother, you really can't blame Tianyu's mother for this. She shouldn't be the scapegoat in the first place. Tianyu's mother is right. This is all because of little sister. Therefore, little sister should stand up and take responsibility for what happened today. As her brother and sister-in-law, how can we take responsibility for what she has done?" Zhao Xinhui was Hua Chuanhua's sweetheart. Naturally, Hua Chunhua couldn't bear to see Zhao Xinhui suffer. Even if this matter was indeed caused by Zhao Xinhui, she didn't want Zhao Xinhui to be implicated. Liang Jinxiao couldn't stand it anymore and couldn't help but interject. "That's right, mother. This matter was caused by little sister. It's really too much to let second sister-in-law go to jail." Li Chuanying looked at Liang Jinxiao gratefully. She didn't expect that at this moment, the first person to speak up for her would be her third sister-in-law. Li Chuanying thought about the things she had done and said on a daily basis and suddenly felt a little guilty. The surrounding villagers began to gossip curiously. What on earth was going on? After a round of discussion, they finally figured out that it was because of Zhao Xinhui that someone came to their door today and asked for dozens of taels of silver. If that's really the case, Zhao Xinhui should be arrested and put in jail. How can she pretend to be the daughter-in-law of the second branch? Sai, isn't it because Aunt Zhao treasures her daughter so much? That's not right. Her own daughter is a daughter, but other people's daughter isn't a daughter? Why should the daughter-in-law suffer in place of the daughter? It doesn't make sense. That's right. You can't be so biased. If this daughter-in-law of the second branch is injured in jail or tortured half to death, I can't help but feel sorry for old Zhao's family. This is the first time I've seen such a strange thing in my life. If it were me, I'd probably die of anger. That's right. Sai, there's all kinds of things when the forest is big. This aunt isn't a kind person. How dare she say that her daughter-in-law is unfilial? The people around began to talk about Hua Chuanfang's faults. Li Chuanying felt much better. Of course. Now that these people were gossiping, Hua Chunhua wouldn't dare to go too far. Of courses, ofs, of s's. This second's what a. Now that everyone had to go to jail in place of her, there was only one choice left. That was to let Zhao Xinhui take her place. But how could Hua Chunhua bear to do that when she thought of her precious daughter? She would rather suffer than let Zhao Xinhui suffer. Zhao Baoshan, who had been silent all this while, finally spoke up. Hua Chunhua didn't care about his reputation, but he did. If he didn't handle this matter well, how could he face the villagers in the future? Chapter 11:17. Zhao Baoshan felt that Hua Chunhua had spoiled Zhao Xinhui too much. If not for the fact that Hua Chunhua had been too dependent on Zhao Xinhui's character in the past, she would not have kept that piece of satin and would not have come knocking on their door to ask for it back. Arresting Zhao Xinhui now was the most reasonable thing to do. No one had the obligation to take the blame for what Zhao Xinhui had done. Hua Chunhua was stunned when she heard this. She hurriedly said to Zhao Baoshan, "Hui's father, how can you do this? Hui is still young. How can she endure such hardship? How can you be so heartless?" No. If you really want to arrest her, then look for me. I was the one who agreed to let Hui keep that piece of satin. It's all my fault. Hua Chunhua continued to defend Hui. The surrounding villagers secretly shook their heads when they heard this. This Hua Chunhua was really interesting. Most people spoiled their sons, but he was the only one who spoiled his daughter. Now he was willing to endure such hardship for Zhao Xinhui. It was no wonder that Zhao Xinhui had been spoiled to this extent. Look at Zhao Xinhui. She did not have any conscience at all. She was clearly the one who had done it, but now she felt that it had nothing to do with her and let it go. She was even hiding in the house and did not come out. Zhao Baoshan said coldly, "It's because you spoiled her that this happened to our family today. You can replace her once today, but when the time comes, that girl will turn the sky upside down and continue to do such things. When that time comes, I'd like to see who can replace her." Zhao Baoshan felt that it would be good if Zhao Xinhui went to jail and suffered. After suffering, she would naturally restrain herself when she came back. "Oh man. Is a piece of flesh that fell from my body after all. How can you do this? Don't talk nonsense with me. Hurry up and call that girl out. Boss, you go and call her." Zhao Baoshan instructed Zhao Wenshi. Zhao Wenshi quickly nodded. "Okay, father, I'll go now." "Okay." Zhao Wenshi ran to Zhao Xinhui's room and shouted at Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui originally did not want to come out, but Zhao Wenshi dragged her out forcefully. "We are a little girl, hurry up and go out. Otherwise, father will come in and teach you a lesson." Zhao Xinhui pursed her lips and walked out of her room unwillingly. She stood in the courtyard of old Zhao's house and faced the crowd. When Zhao Xinhui came out, she was still wearing clothes made from young Master Meng's satin. She was dressed very fancily. If one looked at it, it would be very beautiful. This old Zhao's youngest daughter is quite good-looking. Clothes make the man. Buddha makes the gold. It's all about dressing up. I think she looks seductive. Normal good girls don't look like this. That's true. Good girls are all honest. They won't dress up as gaudy as her. The main thing is that she dresses up well. It's useless to be gaudy. She's already so old, but she's still staying at home and not getting married. Isn't that so? The clothes she's wearing are probably made of that silk. TSK. Great, now he's here to ask for it. For a set of beautiful clothes, she has to go to jail. That's right. If you ask me, she deserves it. Sigh. Chapter 11-18. Translator. Henyi Translations Editor. Henyi Translations. In terms of appearance, she was even prettier than Zhao Yuner. In addition, her face was tender and her facial features were delicate and pretty. She was much prettier than the women he usually saw. A plan suddenly sprouted in his mind. Zhao Xinhui walked out unhappily and complained to Zhao Baoshan, "Father, you can just say what you want to say. Why did you ask me to come out?" Zhao Baoshan looked at Zhao Xinhui as if he expected better from her. "You little girl, do you still have a shred of conscience?" Zhao Xinhui felt that it was a little strange. "Father, I didn't do anything. How can you call me a heartless person? Father, if you don't like me, just tell me directly. Don't be so picky. I feel bad when I hear it." Zhao Baoshan was really annoyed by Zhao Xinhui. He hated Zhao Xinhui's attitude the most. He scolded Zhao Xinhui angrily. "You little girl, is it wrong to say that you're heartless? If it weren't for you, they wouldn't have come to us to ask for the money. Your mother is about to be arrested and sent to the government office. You, on the other hand, are hiding in the house. You don't even stick your head out to take a look." Zhao Xinhui argued. "Father, what are you talking about? Mother hasn't been arrested yet. Besides, I didn't know that today's incident would happen. If I knew, I wouldn't have asked mother to stay." Seeing Zhao Xinhui still quibbling and shifting the blame, Zhao Baoshan couldn't stand it anymore. This girl was simply too much. He originally thought that he should ask the villagers to raise some money and return the money to Lord Meng. In this way, Zhao Xinhui wouldn't have to suffer in prison. Now it seemed that it was completely unnecessary. He would rather care about an outsider than his own daughter. Some people were just heartless and it was useless to be nice to them. Therefore, Zhao Baoshan said coldly to Lord Meng, "Lord Meng, the person who left your money is my youngest daughter. Now that she can't pay the money, you can do whatever you want with her. If you want to put her in prison, go ahead." After Zhao Baoshan said that, the people in the yard had different reactions. Li Chuiying breathed a long sigh of relief. Since Zhao Baoshan asked Zhao Xinhui to go to prison, he would be fine. The people in the courtyard felt that Zhao Baoshan was doing the right thing. After all, Zhao Xinhui couldn't cause trouble on her own. There was no need for others to be responsible for her actions. Otherwise, it would be unfair to others. Old Zhao. Exactly. If she is as unreasonable as Mrs. Zhao, the other members of old Zhao's family can only be scapegoats. Now there will be a good show. These people were all gossiping about the outcome of this matter. In their opinion, Zhao Baoshan and Lord Meng's words meant to put righteousness before family. Xuanhuan was anxious when she heard that. She yelled at Zhao Baoshan, Old man, how can you do this? Is our biological daughter. How can you be so cruel and let your own daughter suffer? Chapter 11:19. After Zhao Baoshan berated her, xuanhuan was so frightened that she quickly shut her mouth. Seeing Zhao Baoshan like this, it looked like he was really angry. If she said anything else now, it would definitely provoke Zhao Baoshan. Especially when Zhao Baoshan said that he would divorce her later. She was already so old. If she was really divorced, she probably wouldn't even have a place to stay. Moreover, it would be embarrassing if she was divorced at such an old age. How would her maternal family be willing to accept her? She would only be bullied when the time came. Old man. Is really going to be punished by others? This girl can't take hardships. Xuanhuan muttered with heartache, but she didn't make a fuss. She looked at her daughter again. She usually doted on her. How could she bear to let her suffer any grievances? Zhao Baoshan snorted softly and said, "What else can we do? What else do you think we should do? If you have the ability, go get me 30 taels of silver." Xuanfang's face was bitter. Not to mention 30 taels of silver, it would be good enough if he could take out 3 taels of silver. Old man, when Zhao Xinhui heard this, she was instantly frightened. Her face was pale with fright. She said to Zhao Baoshan, "Father, how can you do this? I'm your biological daughter. Do you have the heart to let me suffer in prison?" Zhao Baoshan snorted softly, "You're already an adult. Naturally, you have to take responsibility for your own actions. Otherwise, who do you expect to take the blame for you?" "Father." Zhao Xinhui was so frightened that she cried, "Father, I don't want to go to prison. Otherwise I'll definitely lose my life. Father." When Zhao Baoshan saw Zhao Xinhui's aggrieved look, he felt a slight heartache. But in the end he hardened his heart and replied to Zhao Xinhui, "It's not that father doesn't want to help you. There's really no other way at the moment. If you tell me, why don't you go and beg young Master Meng? If he is magnanimous enough to let you go, then you won't have to suffer." After Zhao Baoshan finished speaking, Zhao Xinhui looked at young Master Meng. She didn't want to go to jail. Therefore he ran to young Master Meng and pleaded, "Young Master Meng, please spare me. As long as you don't send me to the yamen, I will do anything you want me to do." Young Master Meng stared at Zhao Xinhui's face in a wretched manner, and a scheming smile appeared on his face. She said gently to Zhao Xinhui, "As long as I don't arrest you, you can do anything you want." Zhao Xinhui hurriedly nodded. Yes, young Master Meng. Of course, as long as I don't enter the yamen, I'm willing to do anything." Hearing Zhao Xinhui's words, young Master Meng was very satisfied. He smiled at Zhao Xinhui and said, "Since Miss has said so, I won't deny you this opportunity. Young Master Meng, if you have any requests, please tell me." Zhao Xinhui wasn't a fool. She hurriedly said after hearing young Master Meng's words. Young Master Meng looked at Zhao Xinhui with great satisfaction. This woman was quite clever and he liked her very much. Young Master Meng smiled. "Actually, it's not that. Whatever I want you to see, you might think it's a good thing." Young Master Meng smiled wretchedly and continued, "I just want Miss to come to my residence and be my concubine. Not only will you not have to return the 30 taels of silver, but you will also be my concubine. I guarantee that you will be able to eat and drink well every day." Chapter 11:20. I was wondering what he wanted Zhao Xinhui to do. It turns out that he wants her to be a concubine in his residence. Judging from this young master's attire, his identity must be extraordinary. He must be from a rich family, right? If that's the case, if Zhao Xinhui becomes his concubine, won't she benefit from it? Isn't that so? This lass is old and can't get married. Why would a good man want a woman like her? Otherwise, she wouldn't have stayed in old Zhao's residence. This means that this lass is still blessed. That's right. Ordinary people like her would hope to marry into a rich family, but they won't be able to see it. Today, however, she was chosen by a rich man. There were people who were envious and naturally, there were also people who were jealous and felt that it wasn't good. You can't say that. Rich people are rich, but what's the use of that? I don't think Zhao Xinhui will have a good life after marrying over. Isn't that so? Rich people's waters are very deep. I think they will play with her for a few days. When they get tired of her, they will naturally not want to play with her anymore. When that time comes, they will send this lass back. When that time comes, she won't be a virgin anymore. It will probably be even more difficult for her to find a husband. While the people in the courtyard were discussing, a person suddenly rushed over and said to Zhao Xinhui, "Aunt, you can't marry over." This person was none other than xuanhuan. Qin Yuan specially came over with Zhao Ping this afternoon. He wanted to freeload off Zhao Yun'er's food. After all, the food at his house was too disgusting and difficult to swallow. When Qin Yuan rushed over, everyone's gaze fell on Qin Yuan. Zhao Ping followed Qin Yuan pitifully. When Qin Yuan saw that Zhao Xinhui was in trouble, his heart ached terribly. Compared to Qin Yuan's attitude towards her, Zhao Ping's heart ached terribly. It was all her aunt's fault for seducing him. Not only did she look like a vixen, but she also dressed like a vixen all day long, attracting bees and butterflies. Was she afraid that she couldn't attract men's interest? Qin Yuan stood in front of Zhao Xinhui and grabbed Zhao Xinhui's hand and said anxiously. He still wanted to be together with Zhao Xinhui. When he was rich and successful in the future, he would divorce Zhao Ping and marry Zhao Xinhui. If Zhao Xinhui were to marry someone else as a concubine, then he would have no chance at all. He was unwilling. Now that he was talking about Zhao Xinhui every day, his heart was full of her. After Zhao Xinhui's s. She frowned in disgust. Really, he actually held her hand in front of so many people. Wasn't he just asking for a scolding? She didn't know what kind of nasty words would be spread later. Sure enough, Zhao Xinhui's worry was right. The surrounding villagers chattered. What's going on? Who knows? Isn't he Pinger's man? Someone recognized him. Yeah, he's Pinger's man. Then why did she come up to hold Zhao Xinhui's hand? Who knows? Could it be that there's something between the two of them that can't be revealed? Maybe, it looks like it. Even if he's Pinger's man, calling Zhao Xinhui aunt is a little too much. That's right. After all, there's a difference between men and women. Don't they know how to avoid it? Chapter 11:21. If it's incest, then it's a big deal. Our village has never seen such a thing before. TSK. How interesting. If you ask me, this old Zhao's family is really full of all kinds of weird things. All kinds of weird things happen from his family. If you didn't mention it, I wouldn't have thought so. Now that you mention it, I realize that it's true. In our village, old Zhao's family is the most lively. Things come one after another. He's so busy that he can't even cope with it. Let's just wait and see what's going on. After the gossiping crowd finished, they started to see what was going to happen. Zhao Ping squeezed into the crowd and followed behind Qin Yuan. When she saw Qin Yuan actually holding Zhao Xinhui's hand, she looked at Zhao Xinhui with jealousy. She didn't know if Qin Yuan had a problem with his eyes. Of all the people he could fancy, he just had to fancy Zhao Xinhui, this slut. Just thinking about it made Zhao Ping feel stifled. Zhao Xinhui heard the discussions around him and hurriedly shook off Qin Yuan's hand. There was nothing between him and Qin Yuan in the first place. He definitely didn't want to be the scapegoat. What are you doing? Get lost. Don't touch me. You don't even know what your status is. What right do you have to touch me? Zhao Xinhui looked at Qin Yuan with disgust and said to Qin Yuan, Auntie. A trace of disappointment flashed across Qin Yuan's eyes. Big brother Yuan, why are you talking to my auntie about this? Whether my auntie marries or not has nothing to do with you. Zhao Ping also went up to Qin Yuan and complained to Qin Yuan. Qin Yuan glared at Zhao Ping. This stupid woman. Why didn't she shut up? What was she doing in front of him? Big brother Yuan? Zhao Ping pouted her lips, feeling wronged. What she said was the truth. So what if her auntie didn't marry? Could it be that her big brother Yuan thought of Zhao Xinhui? Even if Qin Yuan had such a plan, it was impossible. He had already married her. Besides, Zhao Xinhui had high standards. He would definitely look down on Qin Yuan. Therefore, Qin Yuan's coveting of Zhao Xinhui was just wishful thinking. Qin Yuan ignored Zhao Ping and said to Zhao Xinhui, Aunt, this is a trap. Don't jump into it. How can it be so good to be someone's concubine? He might not treat you well. Zhao Xinhui glanced at Qin Yuan and replied unhappily, It's my business. Don't meddle in it. It's easy for you to say, but if you have the ability, then help me take out the 30 taels of silver. Don't spout nonsense if you don't have the ability. After Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, Qin Yuan opened his mouth, not knowing how to answer. Haha, if you can't take it out, then why are you still making a fuss? Zhao Xinhui looked at Qin Yuan with some disdain. At this moment, xuanhuan walked over and said to Zhao Xinhui, actually, I think that you can consider what young Master Meng said. Xuanhuan's eyes flashed with a trace of calculation. Actually, when young Master Meng said those words, Xuanhua was very happy in her heart. She thought that young Master Meng had given Zhao Yun a lot of things back then, which meant that young Master Meng's family was really well-to-do. If Zhao Xinhui married over, even if she was just a concubine, her life would probably be very good. Thinking about it this way, it was pretty good. Many people wished for it but couldn't. Chapter 11:22. In addition, she felt that compared to Zhao Jing'er, who was only 16 or 17 years old and looked pretty good, she should marry someone better than Zhao Xinhui. Zhao Xinhui was satisfied with young Master Zheng's qualifications, so young Master Meng's qualifications should make her even more satisfied. After all, Zhao Xinhui was old and was an old lady. She was not as popular as other young girls. Mother? Hearing Xuanhua's words, Zhao Xinhui pouted and muttered to Xuanhua. She wasn't willing to do that. After all, young Master Meng's appearance was too shabby. She thought that the person she would marry in the future should be someone like Mu Lianfeng. He was rich and powerful and he was especially handsome. Only a man like that was worthy of her. As for someone like young Master Meng, wouldn't being with him be like sticking a fresh flower on top of cow dung? Of course she was the fresh flower while young Master Meng was the cow dung. Seeing Zhao Xinhui looking at him, young Master Meng gave Zhao Xinhui a wretched smile, revealing a row of big yellow teeth, which made Zhao Xinhui feel disgusted. Zhao Xinhui frowned. She was very reluctant in her heart. Xuanhuan knew what Zhao Xinhui was thinking. She hurriedly pulled Zhao Xinhui to the side and whispered to Zhao Xinhui's ear, you have to think carefully. Actually, I think it's not bad. If you marry into young Master Meng's residence, you can eat good food every day. You'll probably have meat to eat every meal. So what if you're a concubine? Didn't Jing also want to be someone else's concubine before? Young Master Meng's qualifications are much better than young Master Zheng's. Later he might give you a lot of beautiful jewelry and clothes. It's definitely better than marrying an ordinary person. Also, if you don't want to, you'll have to go to the yamen. Then you'll have to suffer. Your father and I are useless people, so we definitely can't get you out. Don't torture yourself until you lose your life. After hearing what Xuanhua said, even Zhao Xinhui felt that Xuanhua was right. In reality, she had no other choice but to marry young Master Meng and become his concubine. Although that young Master Meng was a little disgusting, for the sake of a good life in the future, it was not unbearable. Zhao Xinhui struggled for a while and finally nodded. Mother, okay, I'll listen to you. Xuanhua replied happily and heaved a sigh of relief at the same time. After his daughter married young Master Meng, she would no longer have to suffer in prison. Naturally, he would not have to worry about Zhao Xinhui's situation. In addition, if Zhao Xinhui had a good life in the future as his mother, she would definitely enjoy life with Zhao Xinhui. If Zhao Xinhui often brought back good things, wouldn't she be living a good life? Zhao Baoshan stood to the side and did not say anything. He did not object to this matter. In fact, compared to Zhao Xinhui entering the yamen, Zhao Xinhui marrying young Master Meng was the best choice. It just so happened that his daughter had grown up and it was not appropriate for her to stay at home. If they went to find a marriage partner for her, they might not be able to find a more suitable candidate than young Master Meng. It was better to take advantage of this opportunity and marry off Zhao Xinhui. In the future, without this girl at home, old Zhao's family would be much more peaceful. As for the other members of old Zhao's family, they had no objections. Chapter 11:23. Zhao Xinhui could do whatever she wanted. Even if she was imprisoned and had to suffer, it was none of their business. They would not mind if she enjoyed a good life in the future. After all, once Zhao Tianlong passed the imperial examinations, the first branch would be able to live a good life. They did not expect Zhao Xinhui to help them. As for the second branch, they were somewhat jealous. Li Chuiying in particular felt extremely indignant. It was all because of that Zhao Xinhui, that she had almost been imprisoned in her place. Originally, she wanted to see Zhao Xinhui suffer in order to vent the anger in her heart. However, she did not expect that not only did she not see Zhao Xinhui suffer, but she also did not know what kind of dog's hit luck this girl had. She had actually caught the eye of someone. So what if Zhao Xinhui married him as a concubine? She would still be able to live a good life. It was really a freak combination of factors that allowed Zhao Xinhui to benefit. Listen to mother. You are not someone who will harm you. After marrying young Master Meng, you have to obediently live with him. Xuanhua chuckled as she nagged. Zhao Xinhui nodded. I understand, mother. It's good that you understand. As she spoke, Xuanhua walked in front of young Master Meng. She chuckled and said, Young Master Meng, our Huier has agreed. Does that mean she really won't have to go to prison? Young Master Meng nodded and said, Of course. In the future she will be my woman. How could I let her suffer? Let's forget about the 30 tales today. Later we will set a date for her to marry into our family. I will also send someone to send some things over as a betrothal gift. Xuanhuan's eyes lit up when she heard this. She thought about it in her heart. If young Master Meng were to send something over, it would definitely be something good. In this way their family would earn a fortune. The more she thought about it, the more excited Xuanhua became. Thus she smiled at young Master Meng and promised, "Good, good, good. That's good. Young Master Meng, I'll listen to you, I'll listen to you. In the future my hui will be yours." "That's fine. If there's nothing else I'll leave first." Young Master Meng fanned himself and said to Xuanhua. When Xuanhuan heard that, he became even more anxious. "No, auntie, you can't marry him." Xuanhuan said hurriedly. "Why can't I marry him?" Xuanhua asked Xuanhuan angrily. This stinky brat jumped out again and ruined her daughter's plans. Xuanhua knew that Xuanhuan had not reconciled. They must be thinking about Zhao Xinhui. Truly a toad lusting after a swan's meat. Why don't you take a look at yourself first? He was so poor, yet he still coveted Zhao Xinhui. Could he be compared to young Master Meng? Young Master Meng was a rich man. "I just don't think I can marry him." Xuanhuan complained unhappily. Chunfeng reprimanded him angrily. "If you can't marry him, then take out 30 taels of silver. If you can take out 30 taels of silver, then my hui won't have to marry him." Chunfeng knew that she was deliberately making things difficult for Xuanhuan. After all, how could a poor boy like Xuanhuan have 30 taels of silver? Xuanhuan did not know what to say when Chunfeng said that. If you can't take it out, then don't talk nonsense." Chunfeng nagged. Xuanhuan was extremely anxious. He was thinking about what to do. 30 taels of silver? Where could he get 30 taels of silver? If he could not get 30 taels of silver, he could only let Zhao Xinhui get married. Chapter 11:24. Absolutely not. He couldn't let Zhao Xinhui marry young Master Meng like this. He still wanted to be with Zhao Xinhui. Xuanhuan thought for a moment. If he could get 30 taels of silver and return it to young Master Meng, then Zhao Xinhui wouldn't have to marry him. Xuanhuan looked at Zhao Yuner and said to Zhao Yuner, "Younger sister Yuner, I beg you. Can you lend me 30 taels of silver?" Faced with Xuanhuan's sudden request, Zhao Yuner was slightly stunned. Then, a meaningful smile appeared on her face. This man was really interesting. He actually had the nerve to ask her about this matter. Xuanhuan eagerly waited for Zhao Yuner's answer. He really had no choice but to ask Zhao Yuner. For the sake of the woman he liked, he could only do this. Although he didn't know if Zhao Yuner would agree or not, he had to try first to know. The only person he could find to borrow money from was Zhao Yuner. After all, Zhao Yuner was very rich. "Lend you 30 taels of silver?" Zhao Yuner raised her eyebrows and asked. Xuanhuan nodded heavily. Yes, I beg you to lend it to me." Zhao Yuner calmly replied, 30 taels of silver isn't a small amount. Do you think it's something that can be borrowed casually? Moreover, I don't have 30 taels of silver." Hearing Zhao Yuner's words, a trace of disappointment flashed across Xuanhuan's eyes. "You really don't have 30 taels of silver?" "Of course not. But even if I did, I wouldn't lend it to you. If I borrow so much money from you, when will you return it to me? Moreover, why would I lend you money for no reason? If you are doing this to make my Pingajejia live a better life, I can let it go. But your 30 taels of silver are obviously going to be used by someone else, right?" After Zhao Yuner said that, Xuanhuan felt guilty and didn't dare to say anything. Zhao Pinger felt relieved. She was afraid that Zhao Yuner would really lend the 30 taels to Xuanhuan. It was not worth it for that bitch Zhao Xinhui. In any case, she was unwilling to do so. All right. Why do you still need to borrow 30 taels of silver? My hui doesn't need you to help her pay it back. What is it? Don't tell me you want to covet my hui What are you going to do to my hui in the future? Xuanhua said to Xuanhuan in disdain. She didn't want Xuanhuan to block Zhao Xinhui's path to a better life. Xuanhuan was even more speechless. He looked at Zhao Xinhui with a face full of disappointment. The woman he loved was going to marry someone else. This kind of feeling did not feel good. Xuanhuan suddenly felt that his heart was empty. It was as if something was stuck in his throat, making him unable to speak. Young Master Meng glanced at Xuanhuan with disdain in his eyes. He didn't even look at himself. He actually dared to compete with him for a woman. He was simply overestimating himself. But it didn't matter. He couldn't win against him anyway. This was the advantage of being rich and powerful in this day and age. Young Master Meng and his group left. Old Zhao's courtyard immediately returned to peace. The people who originally came to watch the show gradually dispersed. Xuanhuan happily pulled Zhao Xinhui into the house. At this moment she was looking forward to when young Master Meng would come again. She originally thought that today was a disaster. She didn't expect that it would be a blessing in disguise. Zhao Xinhui had found a good marriage. The more Xuanhuan thought about it, the more excited she felt. Originally, she was panting with anger and wanted to settle accounts with Li Chuiying. Because of this matter, she was in a good mood and did not scold Li Chuiying. Chapter 11:25. After all, if Zhao Xinhui did not come out, young Master Meng would not see her. Naturally, young Master Meng would not take a fancy to her. Xuanhuan held Zhao Xinhui's hand and began to fantasize. You are so lucky. Mother said that you have a life of riches and honor. Now I'm right, young Master Meng has taken a fancy to you. So many people can't wait for this to happen, but in the end it happened to you. Just wait at home for a few days. Young Master Meng will probably send the things over in a few days. TSK. By then our family will be rich. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, she also began to fantasize in her heart. If she married young Master Meng, would she be able to change into many sets of clothes in a year? And every set would be like the one he was wearing now, beautiful and made of good material? There would also be jewelry and rouge and face powder. When she thought of this, Zhao Xinhui became even more excited. Seeing that Xuanhuan could not help but praise her, she said to her mother, "Mother, of course. I said long ago that my marriage is not urgent. You don't have to worry so much. Now I'm right? Zhao Xinhui's tone was slightly smug. Xuanhuan quickly responded, Yes. You are right. Your mother was too short-sighted back then. Of course. Mother, look at the kind of marriage you found for me back then. It's fine if the people you found were ugly, but they were also poor. Would I marry someone like that? Xuanhuan quickly nodded again and responded, Yes, those people are not worthy of my hui. My hui was born with a life of riches and honor. She is destined to marry into a rich family. Zhao Xinhui snorted softly. Mother, it's not that I want to say this, but fortunately I did not marry those people back then. Yes. Fortunately you did not marry them back then. Otherwise you would probably regret it to death today. Of course, whatever Zhao Xinhui said, Xuanhuan followed behind and agreed. In fact, she had been unwilling to find those poor and ugly people for Zhao Xinhui. However, with her daughter's qualifications, the matchmaker only found those people. She didn't want Zhao Xinhui to get any older, so she felt that it was fine if her conditions were a little worse. She could just make do and get married. Fortunately, her daughter refused to get married at that time. Otherwise, it would be impossible for her to marry young Master Meng now. With this thought in mind, Xuanhuan felt a sense of relief in her heart. On the other side in the third house, Xuanhuan was sitting angrily. Zhao Ping sat beside Xuanhuan and didn't dare to say anything. He was afraid that if he said anything, Xuanhuan would lose his temper at him. Zhao Yun'er and Liang Jinxiao ignored Xuanhuan and went to the kitchen to cook. Zhao Yun'er and Liang Jinxiao were busy in the kitchen. Liang Jinxiao sighed as he worked. Zhao Yun'er asked, Mother, what's wrong with you? Liang Jinxiao said, Sigh Yun'er, I feel that Xuanhuan treats your aunt differently. Zhao Yun'er hooked up the corner of her mouth. Could it be that Liang Jinxiao only discovered it now? Yes, it's definitely different. If it wasn't aunt today but sister Ping, I reckon he wouldn't find someone to borrow 30 taels of silver. When Zhao Yun'er said this, Liang Jinxiao's heart turned colder. Sigh, then what should we do now? If Yuan takes a fancy to your aunt, what should Ping do? Chapter 11:26. Zhao Yun'er replied indifferently, Mother, why are you so anxious about this? So what if Xuanhuan likes little aunt? He's still marrying sister Ping. Besides, little aunt has high standards. She won't fall for him. It's impossible for the two of them to be together. Since it's impossible and they won't be together, he can only live with sister Ping as his lover. Could it be that she still wants to have some improper thoughts? Liang Jinxiao nodded at Zhao Yun'er's words. That seemed to be the case. Even if she liked him, so what? In the future, Zhao Ping would be the one living with Xuanhuan. As for Zhao Xinhui, she would have to marry young Master Meng. Xuanhuan couldn't compare to young Master Meng's qualifications. Sai Yun'er, if what you said is true, then I'm relieved. Zhao Yun'er patted Liang Jinxiao. Mother, don't worry. It'll be fine. Zhao Yun'er had eaten at the county magistrate's residence. After she finished cooking, she brought some food back for Daodu and Mu Lianfeng. She didn't eat it herself. If it weren't for young Master Meng, she wouldn't have delayed lunch until so late. The men who were working were so hungry that their chests were sticking to their backs. Xuanhuan's face was still gloomy. He ate with a gloomy look on his face. He had a lot of pent-up anger in his heart, but he couldn't vent it out. His heart ached when he thought of Zhao Xinhui. In the past, when people said that he was a good-for-nothing, he didn't feel anything. At this moment, Xuanhuan desperately wanted to build a career. Only then could Zhao Xinhui take a good look at him. Even if he didn't have Zhao Xinhui, he might meet other women in the future. He had to be rich and powerful to have the capital. Otherwise, what's the use of being good-looking? Women still don't like me. Xuanhuan furrowed his brows and pondered. Just what method could he use to earn a lot of money? Zhao Yun'er returned home and greeted Mu Lianfeng and Daodu for dinner. She then prepared to go up the mountain to work. As she planned to sell tea leaves in the future, she had to pick some tea leaves back and make more. She would hand it over to the county magistrate so that he could introduce it to others and promote it quickly. After all, whether something was good or not, it was useless for others to say. Only by personally tasting it would one know whether it was good or not. Therefore, the first step he had to take was to bring back more tea leaves. Mulan was a little worried when she saw that Zhao Yun'er wanted to go up the mountain. After all, Zhao Yun'er was only a woman. It was too dangerous for her to go up the mountain alone. Mulan said to Zhao Yun'er, "Yun'er, how about Xin and I accompany you up the mountain? It's better to have more helpers so that you can come back earlier. Otherwise, it's too dangerous for you to go up alone." Zhao Yun'er looked at Mulan and asked, "Sister-in-law Mulan, aren't you afraid of encountering danger?" Mulan smiled and said, "I'm afraid that we'll be a little scared. But it should be fine with Yun'er. It's better to have 3 people than to go alone. Let's bring some self-defense tools with us when we go. It'll be safer this way." Zhao Yun'er chuckled and said, "Okay, then the 3 of us will go together. We'll just bring a machete." Okay. As they spoke, the 3 women each carried a basket and walked up the mountain. Zhao Yun'er agreed to let Mulan and Mu Hin go with her because she wanted to find a helper. Chapter 11:27. Zhao Yun'er went with Mulan and Mu Hin. If she could pick more tea leaves, it would save her a few trips up the mountain. Between Mulan and Zhao Yun'er, there was no need to be so polite. On the way, Mulan asked Zhao Yun'er what she was going to do up the mountain. Zhao Yun'er did not hide anything. She told Mulan about what happened at the county magistrate's residence today. Mulan's interest was piqued. She said to Zhao Yun'er excitedly, "Yun'er, if this thing can really be sold at a good price, it's okay to plant some tea leaves. It's much more comfortable than setting up a stall in Yang City." Zhao Yun'er nodded. That was indeed the case. Most importantly, she did not have to go to Yang City every day. She just had to stay in the village. Then she could take care of her family. Otherwise, she would not be able to accompany Daodu for half a day outside. Moreover, they were businessmen. Once it rained, they had to stop their business temporarily. "I just don't know if it will work. Let's try it first." "Aha, it doesn't matter if it works or not. It's even better if it works. If it doesn't, we can continue to set up a stall to sell breakfast." As they spoke, the few of them reached the top of the mountain. Zhao Yun'er found the tea tree according to the location she remembered. The few of them busied themselves. Each of them picked half a basket of tea leaves and went down the mountain. It was more troublesome to pick tea leaves. It took a long time to pick a lot. However, the 3 of them added up to about 2 to 3 caddies of tea leaves. They would continue to pick more tea leaves tomorrow. They could give it to the county magistrate and let him give it to others to taste. At night, Zhao Yun'er sat in front of the candlelight and continued to sew the shoes in her hands. They were made for Mu Lianfeng. She was making the remaining half of the shoes. The more Zhao Yun'er made the shoes herself, the more she despised them. Her needlework was really terrible. The things she made looked like they had been gnawed by dogs. They were not presentable at all. If Mu Lianfeng were to wear the shoes she made, he would be laughed at. Zhao Yun'er sighed deeply. When Mu Lianfeng saw this, he raised his eyebrows and said with a smile, "Yun'er, why are you sighing?" "Look." Zhao Yun'er threw the finished shoe to Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng looked at it and asked Zhao Yun'er in confusion, "What's wrong, Yun'er? Isn't everything fine?" Zhao Yun'er pursed her lips. "Don't you think these shoes are too ugly?" Mu Lianfeng looked at it carefully again. Under the light, he could clearly see the shoes that Zhao Yun'er made. He didn't know if it was because she was too unfamiliar with it, but the stitches were messy and not neat at all. "Ugly? I don't think so. It's okay. Ah, Mu Lianfeng laughed heartily. Zhao Yuner felt that Mu Lianfeng was really too hypocritical. It was obviously very ugly, but he said it wasn't. Are you sure you want to wear the shoes I made? Zhao Yuner asked. Mu Lianfeng nodded heavily. Of course, Yuner. As long as it's made by you, I like it, no matter if it's beautiful or ugly. Zhao Yuner was amused by Mu Lianfeng. This guy was getting better at talking and making people happy. Alright then. Since you like it and are willing to wear it, I'll make the remaining one. Otherwise I won't make it. Mu Lianfeng's smile deepened. At this moment, Zhao Yuner looked even more playful and adorable to him. Chapter 11:28. The next morning, Zhao Yuner continued to set up her stall in Xiangyang City. The tea leaves had been fried and left at home. Zhao Yuner did not bring them over. The tea leaves were fried, but the packaging was a problem. She could not just casually put them in a large jar like what she gave to the district magistrate. If she sold them, at least it would look more classy. Otherwise, no matter how good the tea was, if the packaging was not good enough, people would feel that it was very low class. Just like marketing in the 21st century, if the packaging was exquisite, the price could be doubled or even dozens of times. Zhao Yuner thought that there were no plastic paper boxes in this era. Naturally, there was no way to store the tea leaves. After thinking for a while, Zhao Yuner thought of pottery jars. If she custom-made a batch of pottery jars the size of a can and made them look exquisite, it should be very good. She could draw some elegant flowers such as plum blossoms, orchids, chrysanthemums, and bamboos on them. Those scholars or people who flaunted their culture would definitely like them. However, this ordinary pottery jar could probably only hold 1 or 2 grams of tea leaves. Could not store much. It was actually not bad to buy a single one. She could package it and make it so that people could give it away. After thinking about it like this, Zhao Yuner was ready to set up the stall, and then go to the place where pottery was made to ask. Soon Xiaomao took them to Xiangyang City. The booming business made Zhao Yuner very busy. Zhao Yuner was also eager to find other ways to earn money. This way she could be lazy sometimes and sleep in. She did not have to wake up before dawn every day. When she was busy until 9 o'clock, there were fewer customers. At this moment she saw a girl walking over to her stall. This girl was none other than Jianghu, the girl who went on a blind date with her second cousin. When Jianghu came over, Zhao Yuner greeted her with a smile. Are you here to buy breakfast? Come sit at the stall. Tell me what you want to eat and I'll get it for you. Zhao Yuner originally intended to give it to Jianghu for free. After all, if Jianghu married Zhao Qianhu, she would be her second sister-in-law. She would not care about this little thing. However, Jianghu shook her head. Smelling the fragrant smell of the stall, she swallowed her saliva. I'm not here to buy breakfast and I'm not sitting. Zhao Yuner was slightly taken aback. Then you're here too. Jianghu stepped forward and handed a handful of change to Zhao Yuner. She said to Zhao Yuner, I'm not here to buy breakfast. I'm here to return the money. Zhao Yuner looked at the 20 copper coins in her hand and was even more stunned. Payback. Was this girl referring to the money she and Zhou Damei spent to eat at her place last time? When Zhao Yuner heard Jianghu say that she would pay back the money, she just smiled and didn't take it to heart. After all, she didn't expect them to pay and she didn't intend to let them pay in the first place. When she heard Jianghu say that she would pay back the money, Zhao Yuner felt that this girl was a little special. However, Jianghu said that it would be difficult for her to pay back the money. Zhou Damei looked like she was not a kind person. She would not give Jianghu the money and let Jianghu pay it back. Now that Jianghu came over and gave her 20 copper coins, Zhao Yuner was curious. Where did Jianghu get the money? Chapter 11:29. Zhao Yuner smiled and said to Jianghu, There's no need for that. I told you that we were the ones who paid for it last time. You should take the money back. Zhao Yuner knew that it was not easy for Jianghu to get the 20 copper coins. If Zhou Damei knew about it, she would definitely scold Jianghu again. Since that was the case, it was better not to take it lest Jianghu suffer. No, I said I'll return it. I'll leave first. Jianghu was afraid that Zhao Yuner would snatch the money back, so she quickly turned and ran away. Soon she disappeared into the crowd. Seeing Jianghu run away, Zhao Yuner knew that she could not return the money. Looking at the copper coins in her hand, the smile on her face deepened. This girl had a very stubborn temper. However, Zhao Yuner liked her very much. At least she was not like other girls who liked to take advantage of others. Moreover, Zhao Yuner felt that this girl had a tenacity to stand on her own feet. Liang Jinxiao also saw it from the side. After Jianghu left, he sighed slightly and said to Zhao Yun, Sigh, it's not easy for this child. I told her not to return the money, but she really did return the money. Zhao Yun nodded, yes. She probably doesn't like to take advantage of others and doesn't like to owe others. This kind of girl is rare. Liang Jinxiao understood. Zhao Yun smiled and said, yes. By the way, mother, is there any progress on second cousin's marriage with her? Liang Jinxiao shook his head and said, I'm not sure about that. It's your eldest aunt who's talking about it. However, there have been many things going on at home recently, so she didn't pay much attention to it. I think there's no need to meet other girls. Let's go with this one. She's not bad. Zhao Yun looked at Jianghu as if it was her own blind date. Whether it's true or not, it's up to your second cousin and your eldest uncle's family to decide. It's useless for you to say that. Liang Jinxiao said with a smile. Mother, why don't you talk to eldest aunt about this? If this kind of girl is wrong, there won't be such a shop in this village. It's quite difficult to find one. Liang Jinxiao replied, sure, I'll talk to your eldest aunt later. Yeah. Not long after, two men walked over to Zhao Yun's stall. These two people were young Master Huang and the man in blue who had eaten breakfast at her stall yesterday. Seeing the two of them walking over, Zhao Yun greeted them with a smile. Young Master Huang, are you here to take care of my family's business again? Young Master Huang smiled and nodded. Your breakfast is pretty good. Since we're still in Yang City, we should eat more. Otherwise, we won't be able to eat anything when we get back. Haha. Zhao Yun laughed. She let the two of them sit down and serve breakfast. Today's breakfast was something that the two of them didn't get to eat last time. Seeing the two men eating heartily, Zhao Yun's lips curled up slightly. The amount of food that the two of them ate was equivalent to that of 4 people. She earned quite a bit of money. Just as the two of them were eating happily, 7 or 8 people suddenly rushed over. These people were all big and burly men. When they came to her stall, Zhao Yun knew that they didn't come with good intentions. However, she didn't offend anyone. What were these people doing here? After these people rushed over, they started smashing the stall. Chapter 1130. Liang Jinxiao and Mulan could only watch anxiously, but they did not dare to go up and deal with these men. Zhao Yun's frown deepened. These people would not come over to cause trouble for no reason. Zhao Yun wondered why. Who exactly did he offend? Or did they see that his business was too good, so they were unhappy and came to ruin his business? After all, because of her, the business of the other breakfast stalls was affected. It was normal for people to be jealous of her. Zhao Yun rushed over angrily and scolded these men. What are you trying to do? What right do you have to cause trouble for my stall? I didn't do anything illegal. If you dare to touch it again, I'll report it to the authorities. After Zhao Yun yelled at them, the leader of the men snorted coldly and said, report it to the authorities? Then go ahead and report it to the authorities. You can try and see if they will care about you. Zhao Yun was furious. What kind of people were they? Were they not afraid of the authorities? It seemed like there was someone important behind all of this. However, Zhao Yun still could not figure out who she had offended. She set up her stall obediently and did not have much to do with the people who paid attention to her. Who could she have offended? Or did the authorities find out about her relationship with Yili? But that did not seem right either. If that was the case, these people should have arrested her and locked her up. After all, she was guilty of harboring criminals. There was no need to cause trouble for her stall like this. Zhao Yun could not figure out what was going on and was very anxious. Now that her stall had been destroyed, how was she going to survive? How was she going to earn money? After all, the tea business had not taken off yet. If she set up her stall to sell breakfast, she would at least know her daily income. Yun, what should we do? Liang Jinxiao asked with a frown as he moved closer to Zhao Yun. I don't know. Hey, everything was fine. Why did these people come over and smash it? Mulan clutched the corner of her clothes, her face full of worry. At the same time, she felt the same as Zhao Yun, helpless in the face of these unreasonable people. Mulan's feelings for the stall were no less than Zhao Yun. Compared to Zhao Yun, the breakfast stall was more important to Mulan. After all, she could only rely on this to support her family's living standards. She was not as capable as Zhao Yun and could earn money through other methods. Zhao Yun bit her lower lip and glared at the people who came to smash her stall. It could be said that these people were extremely ruthless and did not show any mercy at all. They did not show any mercy when they smashed. The pots and pans on Zhao Yun's stall were all smashed to pieces. The unsold breakfast also rolled to the ground. Attracted by the fragrant smell of the breakfast, many stray cats and dogs rushed over and took away the steamed buns and dumplings on the ground. Some beggars also took the opportunity to snatch. Some greedy women also secretly put the steamed buns on the ground into their arms. Although the steamed buns on the ground were a little dirty, they could still be eaten after washing them with water. These were all good things. It would be a waste not to take them. Anyway, everyone was snatching. Zhao Yun'er could not stop them even if she wanted to. Chapter 1131. In addition, it would take a lot of time to buy these things. When the time came, her breakfast stall would probably not be able to operate for a while. Of course, these were all things that she would think about in the future. After all, if someone targeted her, as long as she reopened the stall, there would definitely be people who would continue to smash the stall. At this moment, Zhao Yun'er suddenly felt that she was too small. In front of these forces, she did not have any strength at all. If there was no one to rely on, she would only be bullied in vain. Looking at these people who were tyrannical, overbearing, and unreasonable, what could she do? Who are you? Don't go too far. Zhao Yun'er said coldly to these people. Little girl, so what if we go too far? Tsk, what will you do to us? The man who took the lead said to Zhao Yun'er with a bit of savagery in his tone. Miss, I'm telling you, you'd better not offend these people. Some onlookers could not stand it and went to Zhao Yun'er and whispered to her. Uncle, do you know these people? Zhao Yun'er asked curiously. The man sighed. I don't say that I know them. I just heard of them. They are the local ruffians here. But they are different from ordinary ruffians. They have connections with the officials of the imperial court. They are much more powerful than our county minister. So even if you are an official, our county minister does not dare to interfere. After the man's explanation, Zhao Yun'er understood. It turned out that this was the case. Why were these people so insolent? They were not afraid of reporting to the officials. It turned out that they had people behind them. Zhao Yun'er could not help but sigh in her heart. This feudal society was really dark. As long as one had power and influence, one could do whatever one wanted. But I didn't offend them? Zhao Yun'er muttered. The man said carefully, you may not have offended them, but you may have offended others. Uncle, what do you mean? Hey miss, these people have some background, so if someone wants to deal with you as long as you pay, they can help. Today they came to smash your stall. Maybe someone paid them to come. Hey miss, I won't talk about it anymore. You're on your own now. I'll leave first. After the man finished speaking, he hurriedly ran away. He was afraid that if he revealed too much, these people would come back to settle accounts with him. He had said enough to Zhao Yun'er. He had done his best. Zhao Yun'er pondered a little more in her eyes. She had no idea that someone was messing with her in the dark. It seemed like she would have to swallow this grievance. Mr. Huang and the blue-clothed man were sitting in front of the stall, eating quietly. However, they were disturbed by the sudden appearance of someone. Seeing a bowl flying towards young Master Huang, the blue-robed man hurriedly got up and kicked the bowl to the side. Bang! It fell to the ground. The bowl shattered into pieces, but young Master Huang was still eating calmly as if he didn't care at all. The blue-robed man looked at young Master Huang nervously. Young Master, this? After the blue-robed man finished speaking, young Master Huang swallowed the last dumpling into his stomach and stood up. What is going on? Young Master Huang's voice carried a hint of anger. Chapter 1132. He glanced coldly at the people who came here to destroy his stall. His eyes were filled with an aura of disdain for the world. At this moment he was the ruler of the world. After the reprimand, the man who was destroying the stall was stunned and looked at young Master Huang. However, after a slight pause, he resumed his actions. The leader of the group said to young Master Huang, Are you blind? Can't you see it? We're destroying your stall. Get out of the way and don't block the way. Otherwise, we'll take care of you as well. After the leader finished speaking, the others continued to destroy the stall. All the tables and chairs in Zhao Yun'er's house were destroyed. The scene was unbearable. After the leader finished speaking, young Master Huang's eyes turned even colder. These people. They're really arrogant. Before young Master Huang could say anything, the man in blue couldn't take it anymore. Do you know who you're talking to? How dare you? The man in blue reprimanded them. The leader was fearless to begin with. In Sun City he was the most authoritative person. Therefore, after the blue-clothed man finished speaking, the leading man replied disdainfully. Who am I talking to? I don't care who you're talking to. Do you think I'm afraid? When you're in Sun City, no one can do anything to me. When the man spoke, he was extremely arrogant and fearless. The man in blue was even angrier. These people were too lawless. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes today, he probably wouldn't have believed that such a scourge existed in Sun City. The man in blue snorted, "Aren't you afraid that the authorities will arrest you? Since you've caused such a ruckus, you must be severely punished." "The authorities? What can the authorities do to us? Let me tell you, this place is far away from the authorities. No one can do anything to us. We have someone backing us. His position is higher than that of a county magistrate." The man shouted arrogantly. After he finished speaking, he seemed to be proud of himself. The man in blue frowned. For a moment he didn't know what to say. Instead, he looked at young Master Huang nervously. He saw that young Master Huang's face had darkened. The blue-clothed man muttered in his heart, "It's over, it's over, it's over." Young Master Huang snorted coldly and said to the leading man, "Hehe, I'm curious to know who is backing you up." After that, he instructed the man in blue, "Go and report this to the authorities. Arrest these people for me." The blue-clothed man nodded. Young Master Huang's imposing manner intimidated the few men who came to cause trouble. "You want to catch us? You're not that simple," the man said angrily. Anyway, Zhao Yun'er's business was almost done. It was time to leave. Thus, the leader of the group called for the others to leave. Zhao Yun'er hurriedly stepped forward to stop him. "Stop right there. You want to leave after smashing my stall? It's not that easy." Zhao Yun'er's face was also calm. Just now, when she saw the aura that burst out from young Master Huang's body, she felt that young Master Huang's identity was not simple. Since he said to report it to the authorities, he naturally had to report it to the authorities. He should send it to the authorities first. There should be a way to find out what was going on. Chapter 1133. Zhao Yun'er was curious. Who would hate her so much? Facing Zhao Yun'er's angry little face, the few burly men didn't take Zhao Yun'er seriously. After all, Zhao Yun'er's petite body couldn't possibly deal with them. The leader of the men frowned and shouted at Zhao Yun'er in disgust, "Get lost! Get lost! Don't force me to attack a woman." Zhao Yun'er didn't give up. "I said that I won't let you go, so I won't let you go. Today I'm going to arrest you and bring you to the authorities for questioning. Since you're not afraid of anything, are you afraid of the authorities? If you have the guts, then don't leave." After Zhao Yun'er finished speaking, the leader of the men was already impatient. Who said that they weren't afraid of the authorities? But it was still troublesome. If they left now, it would naturally save them a lot of trouble. Why did they have to go to the authorities? Since Zhao Yun'er refused to leave, the leader of the men attacked Zhao Yun'er. Just as he was about to shake off Zhao Yun'er suddenly grabbed his arm. Then Zhao Yun'er threw him over her shoulder, causing him to fall heavily to the ground. Ouch! The man let out a muffled and painful groan. The surrounding onlookers looked at Zhao Yun'er in shock. They didn't expect that a petite woman like Zhao Yun'er could explode with such power. She even threw a burly man like Zhao Yun'er to the ground. Young Master Huang, who was standing not far away, looked at Zhao Yun'er with a trace of playfulness and curiosity. This girl looked a little different from the rest. She actually had such good skills. It seemed that she wasn't simple. It was really hard to imagine that such a delicate body could explode with such power. When the other men saw this, they hurriedly helped the leader up. "Big brother, are you okay? Big brother, are you okay? Big brother, why did you get hit by a woman?" The leader of the group called out a few times and then called out to the others, "What are you guys waiting for? Hurry up and help me up. It hurts so much." Thus, the other men hurriedly helped him up. The leader of the group rubbed his buttocks. This fall was not light at all. Even his bones felt as if they had been shattered. It really hurt. It wasn't just about the pain. As a man, he was beaten up by a woman in front of so many people. He couldn't keep his face. He reckoned that others would laugh him to death later. The more he thought, the angrier he became. This woman was really too much. Thus, he called out to the other men, "Teach her a good lesson for me. She actually dared to lay her hands on me. If I don't make her cry to the heavens today, I'll be letting myself down. Big brother, don't be angry. We'll help you deal with this little bitch." "Yes, big brother will help you." As they spoke, the men surrounded Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er's eyes were filled with vigilance. She could deal with one person, but she couldn't deal with so many of them. Moreover, she took advantage of the situation when they were unprepared. If they really fought, she would be in a disadvantageous position. Zhao Yun'er could only hope that the officials would arrive soon. That way she wouldn't be at a disadvantage. Chapter 1134. What should she do now? If these people really laid a hand on Zhao Yun'er would definitely be hurt. When Zhao Yun'er saw these people surrounding her, she took a few steps back. What are you trying to do? Do you still want to lay a hand on me in broad daylight? Zhao Yun'er asked coldly. She just wanted to stall for time. When these people heard this, they snorted softly. Yes, we want to lay a hand on you. So what? Young lady, you've dealt with our big brother today, so you'll be in for it. Don't come near me, you disgusting men. Young lady, you're quite stubborn. I'll teach you a lesson later, then you'll know how to speak properly. As he spoke, the man took a step forward and grabbed Zhao Yun'er. Zhao Yun'er could not move in the hands of these people. You let go of my daughter? Liang Jinxiao rushed over anxiously, but before she could get close to Zhao Yun'er, she was pushed by someone and fell to the ground. Liang Jinxiao fell hard, and her brows were knitted together in pain. Zhao Yun'er wanted to go forward and help Liang Jinxiao, but she still could not break free. She could only look at Liang Jinxiao worriedly. Mulan and Mu Hin hurriedly helped Liang Jinxiao up. Mother, are you okay? How are you feeling? Does it hurt? Zhao Yun'er asked Liang Jinxiao worriedly. Liang Jinxiao waved her hand. Mother is fine, mother is fine. This is Yun'er Yu. Seeing Liang Jinxiao's concern for her, Zhao Yun'er replied, Mother, don't come over in case they hurt you. Sigh. Liang Jinxiao sighed heavily, extremely anxious. Faced with the situation in front of her, there was nothing she could do. How could a few women deal with so many men? They could only watch helplessly as Zhao Yun'er was bullied. Young Master Huang, who was standing beside him, watched the scene with cold eyes. Seeing that Zhao Yun'er was in danger, he couldn't sit still any longer. With a wave of his fan, he smashed these people away. Then, the man in yellow rushed over and kicked these people to the ground one by one. Zhao Yun'er regained her freedom. The skill of the yellow-clothed man just now was simply amazing. He looked even more powerful than Mu Lianfeng. Zhao Yun'er couldn't help but be curious. Who was this man? If he could help her, it meant that he was on her side. Zhao Yun'er was looking forward to seeing how powerful this young Master Huang was to be able to deal with this group of villains. The man who was beaten down by young Master Huang stood up again and rushed towards young Master Huang with a face full of anger. You are really courting death. Don't blame us for being rude if you meddle in our business. Go, all of you go. Teach him a lesson, beat him up so badly that even his parents won't recognize him. Seeing the men rushing towards young Master Huang, Zhao Yun'er was worried about young Master Huang. She wasn't sure if young Master Huang could handle it. After all, he had offended these people because of her. Young Master, be careful. Zhao Yun'er shouted at young Master Huang. Young Master Huang smirked. His face was calm, as if he wasn't afraid of being surrounded by these people. Miss, don't worry, I'm fine. Chapter 1135. His movements were as smooth as flowing water. There was no pressure at all when dealing with these people. Screams could be heard from the ground. After rolling around in sweat, they were in so much pain that they could not get up. Not long after, the people from the government came over. Even the county magistrate came over personally with a group of constables. The county magistrate walked to young Master Huang and asked nervously, Young Master Huang, this. Young Master Huang snorted and said, Such a situation happened in your district. Don't tell me you don't know about it? The county magistrate's heart skipped a beat. He said nervously to young Master Huang, I don't know. I have never seen such a situation before. Young Master Huang's voice became colder. Then you have failed in your duty. Young Master, all right, there's no need to say any more. Hurry up and bring these people back. Interrogate them properly. I want to know who gave them the guts to be so tyrannical and do whatever they want. They are not even afraid of the government. They are creating trouble for no reason. They don't even care about the laws of the imperial court. They are so arrogant. Do they think that no one can discipline them? After young Master Huang finished speaking, the county magistrate's forehead was covered with a layer of cold sweat. He thought to himself, this is great. How could he not know that these people were creating trouble? He just turned a blind eye to it. It was not easy for him to be an official. He did not want to get into too much trouble. But who would have thought that of all the people they could have offended, they actually offended? Sigh. The county magistrate sighed heavily in his heart. He hoped that he would not be too unlucky to be involved in this matter. The county magistrate promised young Master Huang, yes. I will bring them back and interrogate them properly. We must not let such a malignant tumor stay in Yang City and do evil things. Young Master Huang faintly nodded his head in response, but there was still displeasure between his eyebrows. This matter made him very angry. Under the county magistrate and the constable's help, all the men on the ground were caught and brought away. Seeing these people being taken away by the people of the imperial court, Zhao Yun'er heaved a heavy sigh of relief. This matter could be considered to have obtained a slightly better result. However, these people did not reveal who ordered them, so Zhao Yun'er was still worried. He was afraid that the breakfast stall would not be able to open for a while. When Liang Jinxiao saw this, he was both happy and relieved. He was happy that the bad guys were finally taken away by the authorities, but he sighed because he didn't know what to do with his stall being smashed to such a state. Looking at the broken things on the ground, Liang Jinxiao's heart ached. Hey Yun'er, what should we do now? Zhao Yun'er shrugged. There's no other way. Let's go back and rest for a few days. We'll wait for the results of the investigation. Liang Jinxiao nodded. That was the only way. The things on the ground were basically useless. They were all smashed to pieces. Zhao Yun'er tidied up a few things, picked them up and put them in the car. She might be able to continue using them after some repairs. Young Master Huang was still standing at the same spot. He had no intention of leaving. When Zhao Yun'er saw this, she walked towards him. Chapter 1136. Young Master Huang smiled faintly and said, Miss, you don't have to be so polite. It's these people who went too far. It's not that I'm being polite, but I really have to thank young Master for today. Otherwise, I would have fallen into the hands of these ruffians. I don't know what kind of grievances I would have to suffer. Zhao Yun'er sighed. Actually, she was trying to get close to young Master Huang by saying this. Perhaps this man could help her by chatting more with young Master Huang and getting to know him better. Not to mention other things, just from the attitude of the district magistrate towards him and the way he looked at these people with disdain, she knew that this man's identity was definitely not ordinary. If he was a noble, it would be a piece of cake for these people to listen to his apology. Young Master Huang smiled and looked at Zhao Yun'er with a trace of admiration in his eyes. Miss, your performance today really opened my eyes. It really makes people feel that you're different from the rest. Zhao Yun'er guessed that young Master Huang was talking about how she dealt with the man. She smiled and twitched the corner of her mouth. My martial arts are just mediocre. Compared to young Master Huang, it's like the difference between heaven and earth. That's not bad. Ordinary women don't even have mediocre martial arts. I wonder if you've specially learned martial arts? Zhao Yun'er shook her head. I didn't specially learn martial arts. I just learned some self-defense moves from others. I see. The smile on young Master Huang's face deepened. It made people feel that there was a hidden meaning behind it. Zhao Yun'er smiled awkwardly. She didn't know what to say. Mulan and Liang Jinxiao had already cleaned up the things on the ground. They asked Zhao Yun'er if it was time to go back. Zhao Yun'er could only follow young Master Huang. Young Master, you should go back too. I have to go home now. Young Master Huang suddenly stopped Zhao Yun'er. Wait. Zhao Yun'er looked at young Master Huang in confusion and asked, Young Master, is there anything else? Since you think that I've helped you today, don't you want to repay me? Young Master Huang only raised his eyebrows, but Zhao Yun'er was stunned. Why was this man so hypocritical? Just now he told him not to be too polite. Now he asked him to repay him. Where did this logic come from? Young Master Huang, how do you want me to repay you? If I can do it, I'll do it. Zhao Yun'er thought in her heart, as long as the request was not too excessive, she was afraid that this man would open his mouth and ask for something. Miss will definitely be able to do it. Then tell me about it, young master. I've tasted the tea leaves you gave me these past 2 days and I think they're very good. If it's possible, can you give me more before I leave Yang City? I'll bring it back and slowly savor it. After young Master Huang finished speaking, his lips curled into a smile. When Zhao Yun'er heard this, she immediately nodded and agreed. Sure, of course. That's good. Other than that, I don't have any other requests. All right, young master. I'll take my leave first. Young Master Huang nodded, waved the fan in his hand and strode away. The things on Zhao Yun'er's breakfast stall could only be thrown away as junk. This time the loss was huge. Mulan and Liang Jinxiao sighed inwardly, feeling pity for the breakfast stall. Chapter 1137. If they didn't do business for a few days, it would be a loss for them. Seeing that Mulan and Liang Jinxiao were in a bad mood, Zhao Yun'er comforted them. It's okay, sister-in-law Mulan, mother, we're very tired from setting up the stall every day. Let's go back and rest for a few days. Liang Jinxiao sighed and said, "Sigh, that's what you say, but I still want to set up the stall. After all, we can only make money by setting up the stall. If we rest at home, not only will we not make any money, but we'll also have to spend money." Mulan agreed, "Yes, although it's a little tiring to set up the stall every day, I'm still very motivated when I think about making so much money. Now that the stall is ruined, what should we do in the future? How long will it take for us to set up the stall again?" Zhao Yun shook her head and said, "I don't know either. I don't even know who we've offended this time. I'm afraid that when we set up the stall again, another group of people will come and ruin our stall. We can take it once but we can't take it twice." Sigh. The more Zhao Yun said, the more Mulan and Liang Jinxiao sighed. Zhao Yun could only shake her head. These two people were too focused on making money. Zhao Yun had to comfort them. "It's okay, we can't set up the stall early. Let's try to get more tea back during this period. Maybe we can make more money." "Really?" Mulan looked up at Zhao Yun. "Of course it's true. Okay Yun, let's go to the mountains to pick tea during the day." Okay. Before going back, Zhao Yun went to the pottery factory and ordered a batch of pottery. In the past, when she talked to the people who made ceramics, these people knew what Zhao Yun needed. They agreed to make a few samples first. When the time came, Zhao Yun would come to take a look. If Zhao Yun was satisfied, they would mass produce it. After finishing these, Zhao Yun drove back to the village. When she returned to old Zhao's house, Zhao Ping and Xuanhuan didn't come today. However, old Zhao's house was still very lively. Young Master Meng was very fast and sent some things over. Although it wasn't as much as Zhao Yun last time to the villagers Zhao Yun they felt that the things were very valuable. Zhao Yun's, Zhao Yun's and Zhao Yun's and Zhao Yun's are. The date of Zhao Xinhui's marriage was also set. Young Master Meng would come to pick her up in 3 days. Because of the things that young Master Meng sent over, xuanhuan still agreed even though she was a bit reluctant to part with Zhao Xinhui. 3 days was 3 days. Anyway, the bride's family didn't need to prepare much. "Mother, it's only 3 days. Can we make it in time?" Zhao Xinhui asked xuanhuan. In her opinion, 3 days was too rushed. She had to prepare well for her wedding. She couldn't be too shabby or too casual. Otherwise, how could she be glamorous? Xuanhuan held Zhao Xinhui's hand and said with a smile, "We can make it in time. How can we not make it in time? The sooner you get married, the sooner you can enjoy happiness. It's better than eating vegetables at home, right?" Zhao Xinhui felt that Xuanhuan's words made sense. The food at home was too shabby. How could it be better than young Master Meng? Chapter 1138. Xuanhuan was afraid that something unexpected would happen. What if young Master Meng went back on his word? At that time, not only would he not be willing to marry Zhao Xinhui, but he would also ask for the betrothal gifts back. Then their family would suffer a great loss. Therefore, if she hurried to get married now, there would not be any accidents. Zhao Xinhui's eyes turned and she nodded. "All right then, mother, I'll listen to you. However, mother, I don't have a wedding dress. I can't just wear a dress and get married casually, right? Ping already has one, so I can't be shabby compared to her." Xuanhuan frowned. Her daughter's words were not without reason. When a girl got married, she had to prepare to look good. Besides, Zhao Xinhui was marrying into a rich family this time. She had to look good. In any case, she had to make others envious of her family. Xuanhuan was a little conflicted. These clothes have to be made in advance. If we make them now, I reckon that we won't be able to make it in time. You'll be getting married in 3 days. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, she looked a little displeased. She pouted and said to Xuanhuan, "Mother, am I supposed to look like this when I get married?" "Mother, no, I can't be worse than Ping. I have to dress beautifully on my wedding day so that all the girls in the village will be envious of me." Zhao Xinhui raised her chin and said. For so many years she had been mocked by the little sluts in the village. So this time she would get married in a grand manner and then slap those people in the face. They could only be envious of her. Seeing that Zhao Xinhui was throwing a tantrum again, Xuanhuan quickly comforted her. All right, don't be anxious. Mother will think of something for you. It's useless to be anxious now. You should think of something carefully." Zhao Xinhui nodded. "Mother, think about it. What do you think we should do?" Xuanhuan rolled her eyes and said, "It's impossible to do it outside. Why don't we borrow it from Ping? Pinger's wedding dress is so beautiful. It's a waste for that girl to wear it. If we borrow it and you wear it, I think you'll definitely look very beautiful." After hearing what Xuanhuan said, Zhao Xinhui fell silent for a moment. She had seen Zhao Ping'er's wedding dress before. It was indeed quite beautiful. However, it was not suitable for Zhao Ping'er. If she were to wear it, she would definitely be way better than Zhao Ping'er. However, Zhao Xinhui didn't like to take Zhao Ping'er's things. She was the one getting married, so why did she have to wear someone else's wedding dress? "Mother, this isn't very good." Zhao Xinhui frowned, appearing somewhat reluctant. Xuanhuan sighed and said, If we don't borrow Ping'er's, where are we going to get it? There's no way to get it now. Ping'er's is the best." Zhao Xinhui thought about it. That was indeed the case. There was no other way to get it now. However, she still felt somewhat reluctant and uncomfortable. However, compared to wearing something casually, wearing Zhao Ping'er's wedding dress would undoubtedly make him look much better. "Mother, alright then. We'll borrow it from Ping'er. However, that girl is very stingy. We might not be able to borrow it." Zhao Xinhui's brows revealed some worry. Chapter 1139. Zhao Xinhui nodded. "Mom, that's fine. You can tell me about it when the time comes." Anyway, Zhao Xinhui wouldn't get involved in this matter. She didn't want to ask others for help. Xuanhuan patted her chest and said, Okay. When the time comes, I'll go and talk to them. We still have to ask third brother's wife to do some other things." "Mom, what do you want them to do?" Zhao Xinhui asked curiously. Xuanhuan chuckled and said, You're getting married. Our family definitely has to hold a banquet. When the time comes, we'll have to find someone to cook for us, right?" Zhao Xinhui nodded. "Yes, Mom. What's the matter?" Xuanhuan smiled and said, When you get married, other than marrying in a grand manner, you'll have to prepare better things for the ceremony. This will make our Zhao family look better. The banquet also has to be done well. We have to entertain the guests and have good food and drinks. Only then will it look ostentatious." Zhang Xinhui replied, "Yes, Mom. This has to be done well. After all, it's my marriage. I have to look good too. Our family has to do well. We have to let everyone in our village know that I married a rich man. We'll have a good life in the future." Yes. That's what Mom thinks. So the dishes at the banquet have to be carefully prepared. We can't just find someone to cook for us. Then we have to at least hire a chef. It's not about how good it will be. It just has to be similar to Ping'er's wedding. Zhao Xinhui said. Actually, the last time Zhao Xinhui ate at the table, she felt that Zhao Yun'er's dishes were very good. It was much better than the banquets held by other families. Even if some families hired a chef, the food still couldn't be as good as Zhao Yun'er's. In the end, it was Zhao Yun'er's cooking that was good. Xuanhuan continued, Yes, Ping'er did a very good job when she got married. The people in our village kept praising her after eating, saying that the food was even better than the food cooked by the chef. So, Mother wants to go talk to Yun'er now and ask her to cook for us. Not only can we do it well, but we can also save money on hiring a chef. Xuanhuan calculated very well in her heart. Inviting a chef over would cost at least a few hundred copper coins. With this amount of money, she could buy a lot of things. If she could save, she would naturally save. There was no need to waste. Mother, that's fine. Go and talk to third sister-in-law and the others. It wasn't easy for me to get married, so they can't go overboard. Yes. Mother will go and tell him later. Yes. After Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, she began to look forward to her life after marrying young Master Meng. The life of this rich family should be very comfortable. Every day there would be meat to eat, drink, and wear good clothes. Naturally, it would be different from old Zhao's life. After the third branch had lunch, the men didn't rest for a while and went out to work. Now they were very energetic. Because of these people's work, Zhao Yun'er's house was built very quickly. In a short while, half of it was built. The remaining half was built. After adding a roof beam and tiles, it was almost ready for people to live in. However, a big house was one thing. Before moving in, he still had to buy some necessary furniture. Thinking that they could live in a big house, the people in the third branch were quite excited. After all, it was too troublesome to squeeze into a small house every day. The sooner the new house was built, the sooner they could live comfortably. Chapter 1140. Mother, let me help you. Zhao Yun'er stepped forward and said. Liang Jinxiao waved his hand. It's okay, Yun'er. Mother can do it. You should rest. There's still work to be done later. It's okay, Mother. I'm not tired. Let's do it together. Haha, okay then, child. It's not that I want to nag at you, but you can't be too diligent. Sometimes you should rest when you need to. There are so many things to do at home. You can't be so clingy about everything, right? Zhao Yun'er laughed. If you can do the work, then do it. Anyway, I can't let you tire yourself out. You really know how to care for others. Sigh, if only Ping was half as good as you. Liang Jinxiao sighed. Zhao Yun'er pursed her lips and said helplessly, Mother, it's not that Sister Ping doesn't care about others. She just doesn't care about you. I think she treats Xuanhuan quite well. Speaking of this, Liang Jinxiao smiled helplessly. Ah yes, you're right. But it's good enough that Ping cares about others. Haha, while the two of them were talking, they saw Xuanhuan running toward their house. When she saw Xuanhuan coming over, Zhao Yun'er frowned. She had a premonition that something bad was going to happen. When Liang Jinxiao saw her, he said to Xuanhuan, Mother, what are you doing here? What's the matter? This time, Xuanhuan's attitude was quite good because she had a favor to ask of the third branch. She smiled at Liang Jinxiao and said, Third daughter-in-law, what are you talking about? Can't I come to your house if there's nothing important? Liang Jinxiao pursed his lips and smiled awkwardly. Yes, of course. Then it's settled. As Xuanhuan spoke, she went directly to Zhao Yun'er's house and sat down on the stool. She was not polite or restrained at all. When Zhao Yun'er saw this, a trace of disgust appeared in her eyes. This damned old hag, just looking at it made people feel disgusted. Now that he was here, he deliberately dawdled and did not say it directly. However, Zhao Yun'er felt that it must be something bad. Mother, is there really nothing wrong? Liang Jinxiao could not help but ask again. Seeing Xuanhuan coming over, it was really awkward. Hee, my third daughter-in-law, now that you mention it, I do have something to ask of you, Xuanhuan said with a hypocritical smile. Looking at Xuanhuan's fake smile, Zhao Yun'er felt even more disgusted. If there was something, then there was something. Why did he have to go through so much trouble? It was as if she was the one who came over and did not want to trouble their family. Mother, if there's anything, just say it. Are you embarrassed? Liang Jinxiao asked. Well, third daughter-in-law, then I'll say it directly. Actually, it's not a big deal. It's about youngest sister's marriage. Liang Jinxiao's eyes flashed with confusion. Youngest sister's marriage? Hasn't youngest sister's marriage been decided? Yes, it has been decided. Young Master Meng has also sent something over. However, the wedding will be held in 3 days. Initially, I wanted your youngest sister to get married in a grand manner. After all, she's so old and it's not easy for her to get married. When Liang Jinxiao heard this, he nodded behind her. Indeed, it was not easy for Zhao Xinhui to get married, let alone for a rich man like young Master Meng. Chapter 1141. But. Xuanhuan paused and looked at Liang Jinxiao. But what, mother? Sigh. Third brother's wife, it's because time is too tight. I originally wanted to make a wedding dress for your younger sister's wedding, but now it seems that it won't be possible. I see. Liang Jinxiao felt a little regretful when she heard this. She also felt sorry for Zhao Xinhui. She could completely understand Xuanhua's current feelings. After all, when she married Zhao Ping, she also wanted to give all the good things to Zhao Ping. Mother, what are you going to do now? Liang Jinxiao asked. Xuanhuan smiled at Zhao Yun'er and said, So third brother's wife, didn't you come looking for me? Liang Jinxiao was even more stunned. Mother, what does this have to do with me? What can I do to help? Third brother's wife, of course you can help. You can even help a lot. It's like this. I was thinking that Ping got married previously, right? That wedding dress is very nice. So I was wondering if I could ask Ping to lend it to Hui. In this way, Hui will not only be able to wear the wedding dress, but also save a sum of money. Otherwise, it would cost a lot of money to make a new one. These wedding dresses can only be worn once, so it's really a waste to spend this money. It's fine if we don't have it, but since we have it, why don't we let Ping borrow it once? After speaking, Xuanhuan looked at Liang Jinxiao and waited for Liang Jinxiao's answer. However, Liang Jinxiao fell silent and frowned, looking very conflicted. Xuanhuan was a little unhappy and asked Liang Jinxiao, Third brother's wife, this isn't a big deal, right? I'm not asking for too much. Your younger sister is getting married, so as her brothers and sisters-in-law, you should naturally be happy for her and help her as much as you can. I'm not asking you to fork out money. It's just a wedding dress. It's not a big loss at all. After hearing Xuanhua's complaint, Liang Jinxiao quickly explained, Mother, it's not that I'm stingy and unwilling, but this matter has to be discussed with Ping. It's only if Ping agrees. I can't force her, right? Xuanhuan snorted and said, Third brother's wife, I'm not scolding you, but what kind of mother are you? Could it be that he couldn't even order his own daughter around? Look at Pinger's wedding. How glorious it was for her. If he doesn't agree to such a big thing, you can scold him. Really, Pinger is also pampered by you like a treasure. If it were my daughter, she would be controlled in minutes. Liang Jinxiao sighed slightly. Xuanhuan said it so easily. If it were her turn, it probably wouldn't be like this. Zhao Pinger was stubborn. It was useless to order her around. She could only be coaxed. However, Xuanhuan probably really didn't have a way and could only borrow it from Zhao Pinger. Therefore she said to Xuanhuan, Mother, don't be angry. I'll discuss this matter with Pinger. When the time comes, she can lend it to younger sister. Won't it be fine? Xuanhuan's expression became much better. That's fine. You should tell Pinger about this matter. This matter has to be done quickly. Your younger sister is getting married in 3 days. You can't delay it. Chapter 1142. Alright, that's settled then. Third daughter-in-law, I'll leave this matter to you. No matter what, your younger sister has to wear a wedding gown to get married. Our old Zhao family's reputation must not be tarnished. Xuanhuan exhorted. Mother, I know. Don't worry. Xuanhuan responded. Zhao Yun stood aside and did not utter a word. Seeing that Xuanhuan was so shameless, she really did not know what to say. However, she wanted to see how Zhao Pinger would react when the time came. It would be best if she would fight with Xuanhuan. Then there would be a good show to watch. That was why she chose to stand by and not get involved in this matter. She thought that Xuanhuan could leave after she was done with this matter. However, Xuanhuan had no intention of leaving at all. Instead, she continued to sit on the stool and dawdle. Liang Jinxiao could not help but ask again, Mother, is there anything else? Xuanhuan nodded and responded, Third daughter-in-law, there's one more thing. Zhao Yun'er could not help but mock. Grandmother, what's the matter? Can you say it clearly in one breath? Why are you so slow? Why don't you stop talking? Xuanhuan was a little angry at Zhao Yun'er's words. Why was this girl's attitude like this? In any case, she was her elder, right? She really did not take her seriously at all. This was too much. If it were any other time, Xuanfang might have exploded. This time, it was rare that she did not argue with Zhao Yun'er. Instead, she suppressed her anger. Xuanhuan knew that she now had a favor to ask of Zhao Yun'er. It was not worthwhile to offend Zhao Yun'er at this time. Therefore, instead of getting angry, she smiled at Zhao Yun'er and said, Why are you so anxious, girl? Usually, I don't come to your third branch's room to sit. Now that I'm here, can't you let me sit for a while? Liang Jinxiao said, Yun'er, stop nagging at your grandmother. Let her sit for a while. Mother, tell me, what else do you need my help with? Xuanhuan squeezed out a fake smile and said, Third daughter-in-law Pinger is getting married. Your family's banquet is really good. Everyone in our village is praising it. Speaking of this, Liang Jinxiao smiled and said, Well, mother, it's all because of Yun'er. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been done so well. They like Yun'er's cooking. After Liang Jinxiao finished speaking, Xuanhuan followed Liang Jinxiao and praised Zhao Yun'er, which was rare. Ah yes, it's all because of Yun'er. Yun'er is really good. She has brought honor to our old Zhao family. Xuanhuan's eyes fell on Zhao Yun'er as she spoke. Zhao Yun'er's mouth twitched. She did not take Xuanhuan's praise as a compliment. She knew very well that Xuanhuan must be up to no good. Mother, it's not as good as you said. It's just a meal. Liang Jinxiao said with a smile. Third daughter-in-law, I'm thinking that since Yuaner's cooking is so good, the people in the village say that it's better than the chefs outside. So, I'm thinking that when your little sister gets married, we'll hold a banquet. Can Yun'er also help to cook? When the dishes are delicious, you want to make your little sister proud. After Xuanhuan finished speaking, Liang Jinxiao did not know what to say, so his eyes fell on Zhao Yun'er. Chapter 1143. It just so happened that their stall had been smashed earlier, and they had no way to set up a stall on the streets. They had the time. In addition, for his little sister's wedding, the other branches of the family naturally had to help out where they could. They couldn't be too fussy about their relationship as brothers and sisters-in-law. Otherwise they wouldn't be like a family. However, it was still Zhao Yun'er who made the decision. After all, Zhao Yun'er was the one who worked herself to death. Moreover, Zhao Yun'er had a lot of things to do. Zhao Yun'er's mouth curled up, revealing a sarcastic smile. How interesting. She actually wanted her to help out. She didn't know where she got this thick skin from. Seeing that Zhao Yun didn't say anything, Xuanhuan was a little anxious. I say Yun, you're not unwilling to help out, are you? Your aunt is getting married and I just want you to help cook. It's not a big deal. Zhao Yun, snorted softly. I say grandmother, it's easy for you to say that. What do you mean it's just cooking? This isn't an easy job. It's tiring. Xuanhuan's lips twitched. It's a little tiring, but that's your aunt. You lass, you don't even want to help out with your aunt's wedding. Do you have any conscience? Zhao Yun's sarcastic smile deepened. I say grandmother, you're really interesting. What do you mean by I have no conscience? I'm just speaking the truth. For so many years, old Zhao's family didn't give me anything. Why do I need to help out? Besides, we've already separated from the family. Our third branch has nothing to do with the Zhao family. We're not obligated to help out. Xuanhuan glared at Zhao Yun angrily. Why are you so stingy? I'm stingy? How am I stingy? When my sister Ping held a wedding banquet, grandmother didn't reach out to help. Why do I have to help out when my aunt is holding a wedding banquet? After being refuted by Zhao Yun, Xuanhuan didn't know what to say for a moment. She regretted not intervening at that time. Otherwise, wouldn't she be able to refute Zhao Yun now? Yun, lass, you didn't call me over at that time? Xuanhuan mumbled, somewhat lacking in confidence. Oh. Zhao Yun sneered and felt even more ironic. Indeed, only a thick-skinned person could say such words. How could an ordinary person have the nerve to say such words? Grandmother, Anyway, younger aunt married well and they gave a lot of betrothal gifts. Later on you can spend some money to hire a chef to help cook, can't you? How could Xuanhuan be willing to spend this money? If she was willing, she wouldn't have come over to talk to Zhao Yun about this matter. She was even angered by Zhao Yun. Yun, lass, didn't the people in the village say that the food you cook is better than other chefs? If you cook, your aunt's wedding banquet will be more glorious. It's much better than hiring a chef. Xuanhuan's eyes turned and continued to talk to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun coldly glanced at Xuanhuan. This old woman was really too difficult to deal with. Dealing with this kind of thick-skinned person was really beyond Zhao Yun's imagination. She had already clearly rejected Xuanhuan. She didn't know what else Xuanhuan wanted. Chapter 1144. But what? Xuanhuan looked at Zhao Yun eagerly. No matter what, she still hoped that she could save that sum of money. Zhao Yun curled the corners of her mouth and said, But grandma, you have to pay me. What? Pay you? Xuanhuan replied in a daze, her eyes wide open. She did not expect that Zhao Yun would actually talk to her about her salary. This girl actually had the nerve to ask for it. It was too much. If she really paid Zhao Yun, then she would not be taking advantage of Zhao Yun at all. Instead, she would let Zhao Yun earn her money. That would not do. Xuanhuan's calculations did not allow her to do that. Zhao Yun nodded and said, Yes, grandma. Do you have to pay a chef to cook for you? Since you think that I can cook better than the chefs, then pay me and I'll cook for you. But you said it yourself. Since I can cook better than the chefs, you naturally have to pay me more. Hiring a slightly better chef requires 1 or 2 taels of silver. You just have to pay me 2 taels of silver. When the time comes, I guarantee that the dishes at the banquet will be satisfactory. After Zhao Yun finished speaking, she looked at Xuanhuan. The smile at the corner of her mouth was faintly discernible, but a trace of calculation flashed in her eyes. Based on her understanding of Xuanhuan would definitely not be willing to spend this money. However, if Xuanhuan was willing to pay her 2 taels of silver, she could help cook a meal. After all, there was no way to run the breakfast stall now. She would not let go of the opportunity to earn money for nothing. The amount of money Xuanhuan had spent on food and accommodation made her heart ache. When Xuanhuan heard this, she was even more stunned. I say, Yunner girl, how can you be like this? Do I need to pay for my own banquet? If I gave you 2 taels of silver, why would I come looking for you? I might as well go out and find a chef. Xuanhuan said angrily to Zhao Yun. She looked like she wanted to go forward and teach Zhao Yun a lesson. Zhao Yun shrugged. Mother, if that's the case, then forget it. Grandmother, you can go out and find a cook. Anyway, if you don't give me 2 taels of silver, I won't help. You. Xuanhuan glared at Zhao Yun, but she couldn't teach Zhao Yun a lesson. She could only be angry. Liang Jinxiao watched from the side and frowned worriedly. Xuanhuan vented her anger on Liang Jinxiao. I say, third daughter-in-law, why don't you tell your daughter that she can't even help? Is she still a member of old Zhao's family? Liang Jinxiao's face was bitter. What could she say? She couldn't do anything if Zhao Yuner didn't agree. She could only persuade xuanhuan. Mother, Yuner is no longer a member of old Zhao's family. A married daughter is like spilled water. 3 years ago, Mother, you said that our old Zhao's family didn't have such a girl. When Liang Jinxiao said this, xuanhuan choked for a moment. She seemed to have said this sentence before. Zhao Yuner smiled sarcastically. Previously, those people who felt that Zhao Yuner was a disgrace to old Zhao's family had mocked the original owner. Now, when she needed help, she was pulled back to old Zhao's side. There were indeed enough shameless people in this world. Chapter 1145. Xuanhua snorted coldly and said, "Give 2 taels of silver to Yuner? What wishful thinking. If I go out and hire a chef, I definitely won't spend 2 taels of silver." Zhao Yuner said indifferently, "Grandmother, if that's the case, then go out and hire a chef. I didn't ask you to spend money to hire me." At this moment, Xuanhua's expression was abnormally ugly. Since Zhao Yuner didn't agree, she couldn't force her and could only leave the 3rd branch's room in a huff. Now it seemed that she could only hire a chef. In any case, she didn't want Zhao Yuner to take advantage of her. This little b*tc. When she had the chance, she would definitely teach her a lesson. She watched as Xuanhua left the 3rd branch's room. Only then did Zhao Yuner feel that the air was much fresher. It was really annoying to have a disgusting person loitering around in front of her. Sigh, Liang Jinxiao sighed. Thinking that there were so many things going on at home, she felt a little worried. She wasn't like Zhao Yuner. Sometimes she couldn't put down her face and was embarrassed to reject Xuanhua. I don't know if your sister Ping will come over tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll have to make a trip to her place," Liang Jinxiao muttered. "Mother. If you want to go, then let youngest aunt go. Anyway, she's the one who's going to borrow the wedding dress. Why should you run errands?" Liang Jinxiao sighed. "Let's see if you have time tomorrow. If not, tell your youngest aunt and let her do it herself." "Okay, Mother. If there's nothing else, I'll go back first." "Okay, go ahead," Liang Jinxiao responded. Zhao Yuner was anxious to go back. She wanted to go to the mountains to pick some tea leaves. If she could get more tea leaves, she could sell them earlier. She hoped that this method of earning money would work. On the other side, family Qin. The reason why Qin Yuan and Zhao Ping didn't go to old Zhao's house today was that Qin Yuan had fallen ill. After returning home from old Zhao's house, Qin Yuan was very sad. As a big man, he couldn't stop crying under the quilt. Not because of anything else, but because Zhao Xinhui was about to get married. Seeing the woman he loved getting married, he felt terrible, but there was nothing he could do. He couldn't stop it at all. Because he didn't have the ability, he was despised. Thinking of this, Qin Yuan had never felt so useless before. He was a man, but because of his lack of ability, he couldn't even fight for the woman he loved to be with him. When he thought about how he could only marry an ugly and stupid woman like Zhao Ping, he felt even worse. He had to be capable and stand out among his peers. Thinking about it was one thing, but doing it was too difficult. It wasn't as if he hadn't thought about standing out before. His family's conditions were right here. His family didn't have the money to send him to school, even if he wanted to study and pass the imperial examinations. If he started studying now, it would already be over. Everyone else started studying from a young age. As for starting a business, he didn't have any connections, let alone capital. How could he make money like this? Qin Yuan lay on the bed. The more he thought about it, the more desperate he felt. Why was it like this? Could it be that his life was going to be like this? He couldn't accept it. He couldn't accept it. After crying for an entire night, Qin Yuan fell ill on the bed and couldn't get up the next day. Zhao Ping was very worried when she saw Qin Yuan like this. He stood beside Qin Yuan, greeting him here and there. "Big brother Yuan. How are you? Don't scare me." Zhao Ping asked with a frown. You're tuning in to the Sword Dance in the Vast Sky YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.